All right, and we're live.
What's up, everybody? We are pumped.
Who all we got on? Let's see. Oh, we got 230. Yeah, 230 people so far.
230 beautiful people.
Going on, everybody? All these lovely Team Phoenix people.
Yeah, it's your group's amazing. A lot of energy, a lot of momentum. Every 20 seconds, there's somebody new joining the group. So you guys are rocking and rolling, and we're excited to bring some value.
Yeah.
We've been working hard on this presentation. We've got some slides ready. We've got some special bonuses at the end, some freebies we're going to be giving away. And Brandon, we're ready to rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
If you want to give a little intro.
And we were laughing this morning because we're like, we've been in your Facebook group now for like 3 days, and we're like, our entire Facebook feed is new people joining Team Phoenix.
You like that?
Yeah, so it was a total takeover of our Facebook, bro.
Seriously.
That's how it goes. It's like a bad STD. Everywhere. Cool, guys. So, yeah, this is Landon Stapes. I've known these guys for, I mean, we did the little pre-intro a few days ago, but I've known these guys for a couple years now. I actually learned a lot about really just internet marketing in general from Landon. I bought a course from him for $1,000. He sold me good. And I learned how to do webinars from it. And that's one of the reasons all you guys are actually here. I kind of took that skill set, plugged it in with, you know, when I created Team Phoenix and, you know, started the Enagic offer and all that. And, yeah, it just kind of took off from there. And so, yeah, I've been following these guys for a while. We've been hanging out. They're both here in Arizona as well. We go to a lot of the same marketing events. You know, we've been affiliates for the same products and stuff. And I popped onto their Instagram training that they recently did for their community. And I was really impressed. Wanted you guys to have that value. You know, and just learn how to leverage or start to leverage other platforms, learn some direct response principles from guys that were making money before I was even like knew what this stuff was. And yeah, and so I just wanted to bring these guys on, train you guys for a few hours here, answer questions live, and then you know, give you guys as much value as they can bring. So, you know, suck them dry for everything they're worth.
Yeah. Yes, do it. We want to give you guys everything we've got. Brandon, seriously, bro, thank you so much for having us on, man. We are so freaking pumped. I know we did that intro video with you one day last week. For those of you watching us live right now, how many of you guys were able to catch that video that me and Stapes and Brandon did where we kind of started talking about our vision with Instagram in this webinar here tonight? We have the video in your guys' community. If you watched that, go into the comments and just let us know. Give us a yes or a, yeah, I watched it, I love it. Just let us know what you think of that. There is a delay with Webinar Jam, so we won't be able to see the comments for about 30 seconds. But that is okay. We're pumped. Stapes, are you pumped?
Let's rock and roll. I'm ready to go. Let us know you can hear us loud and clear. There's a few comments like it's choppy and there might be sound.
It should clear up. I'm actually going to drop my video feed here, so it'll just be you guys. So.
Okay. And are you going to be with us, Brandon, or are you going to go get some
be here. I'll be on, and I'll be listening. Like, we need to I'll pop up any, you know, URLs or whatever or resources you guys have. Help highlight some questions for you guys and stuff. And
anything that you want to tell us, Brandon, just shoot me a text, too, because I'll have my phone nearby. If, like, hey, it broke up or it's choppy, just let us know, and we'll bring the heat. We're excited. We're going to open up a Q&A at the end. So if you guys draw any questions, feel free to go into the chat box, obviously drop those questions, but keep them in the back of your mind too, because we'll open up a Q&A. We'll be able to answer you guys specifically around Instagram, around launching your business on social media. A lot of great stuff to come. So Landon's excited. He's reading all the comments.
Yeah, I mean, MJ says that watched it and couldn't sleep after watching it. I love these comments. I can hear it, the video. And so do you guys – this is awesome. Seriously, you guys' community, I'm seeing quite like comments come in faster than I can even read them. And that is amazing. So a couple of things. I mean, we've got full slides for you guys. We're going to be showing you literally everything. And so I want you guys going into this training tonight, not as a webinar, because this isn't just a webinar. Go into this training like this is a full Instagram course, and you paid $2,000 to be here. Because the reality is, me and Stapes have bought courses on Instagram marketing that are $2,000, and we didn't learn as much is what we're going to be teaching you guys here tonight. Yeah. What we are about to show you is not fluff. It is not theory. This is the real deal, proven stuff. We're going to open up our Instagram accounts. We're going to show you exactly what we are doing to get leads from Instagram right now. And this can be a great addition to everything you guys are doing. It's a campaign stack. So in marketing, a lot of you guys, you've got Facebook ads running. That's freaking incredible. So do me and Stapes. It's one of our main strategies. It's been one of our main strategies for years. We get leads every day from Facebook ads. This can just be a nice stack on top of Facebook ads to get you additional leads for free. If you're freaking stoked, go into the comments and just write stoked for this webinar. Just write stoked so we can see it. We want your interaction and your engagement throughout this entire show tonight.
This is going to be exciting, and I see a few comments like it's choppy, it keeps freezing up. Brandon's going to record this puppy, and we'll have it in the group or somewhere on a membership site where you guys will be able to watch it crystal clear. But stick with us. If you can hear the audio, see some of the pictures. We're ready to rock and roll. This is a training that you're going to want to have your journal out, something to take notes with, because every practical takeaways, practical tips that you can actually implement into your business starting tonight to begin getting results. So we're excited. We've got the Instagram influencer formula ready to rock and roll, and let's rock. Are we still on the webcam?
Beautiful.
Too?
They can still see us.
You can see your screen, guys.
Cool. You can see the screen. You can see us. People, I saw like probably 100 people are stoked. There's like 300 people watching this thing live right now.
I like seeing those comments.
This is what gets me and Stapes up in the morning. So here's what tonight is about. Tonight is all about Instagram and being an influencer on Instagram. How can you move people using this platform? Me and Stapes, we just started studying Instagram recently. Our story starts in Facebook ads. Facebook ads changed everything for me. That's where I got my first success in my first $10,000 and $20,000 and $30,000 months. And over the past couple of months, we've been looking for what's the next Facebook?
Yeah.
What's the next big thing? Where is everyone with your business, right? One of the secrets to business, and you can write this stuff down. One of the secrets, if you look at broke people, a lot of times the future. Whereas a lot of times big business is looking 5 and 10 years ahead. And so we're looking 5 and 10 years ahead, and I believe that Instagram is going to play a major role. Why? Because a lot of the young people, a lot of the 18 to 30s,
millennials,
they're on Instagram. That's the platform they're using. And the people who are 18 now, in 10 years, they're going to be 20 and they're going to be in our chart. So this is a big, big deal. Stapes, if you want to read what this webinar is about here, man.
Yeah.
Guys, for your screen here, are you trying to show some slides right now?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure you have it on entire screen.
Okay.
That should help when you do your screen share. So try it again.
Is that better?
Oh wait, is it not showing well, bro?
No, well it wasn't showing anything. It was just showing the Webinar Jam box. So make sure it's on entire screen.
Your entire screen.
Oh, okay, got it.
There we go.
Just to touch on trends and history. Yeah. You can look at the most successful people in the world, the richest people in the world. If you look back on history, all the patterns of the mega rich, what did they do? Go into the comments and let us know. I'll tell you, because it takes 30 seconds for that to come. But they always get in front of mega trends. They're always 2 to 3 years ahead. They see into the future. They see what is to come about into the future, and they get in front of it. And we'll share stories of where Instagram's headed, where we really think the platform is going. We've had conversations with some big guys. And I mean, there's proof everywhere that Instagram really is a powerful platform. So we're excited to share how we're getting free leads on top of paid Facebook ad leads, because we know Facebook is awesome. You guys, I think that's how the community is driving all these new people every 20 seconds into the group. But Instagram is powerful, and it fuels all of your marketing. And actually, it helps enhance everything that you do, because one powerful tip with marketing, and what me and Landon are working on right now, is becoming omnipresent. Being on all the mediums, being on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, in their email, even text messages. So we're excited, and this is just one piece of the pie, and we're going to go deep with it. We're going to go really deep.
And I like what you just said there with omnipresence, and we're about to dive into the practical stuff, but sometimes the head stuff is just as important. Like sometimes the big picture stuff is just as important as the nitty gritty practical and the tactical. And we're going to show you the practical, tactical in just a second. But I like what you touched on with omnipresence. Think about it like this. Imagine a world where you generate a lead from Facebook. Facebook, and you're emailing out to your list. You're like, hey, I'm also on Instagram. And now all of a sudden that lead that you generated from Facebook ads is on your email list, is following you on Instagram. And all of a sudden they're seeing pictures of you hanging out with your family, of you on vacations, of you sharing memes that are providing value to them. Now all of a sudden, how much more likely are they to open up when your email stays?
It's exponentially more powerful.
So
yeah, and some people just like Instagram. Some people are actually Instagram people.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but they actually consume more content on Instagram than they do Facebook. There's some people that consume more Facebook stuff on Facebook than they do Instagram. So it's really nice to have a balance of both. And you'll notice that our content speaks to the Instagram mind. On Instagram, we actually have different content for our Instagram than we do on our Facebook. And we'll show you why. We'll show you the language of Instagram, why people come to this platform. And yeah, that's rock and roll. I'd love to have the comments like next to me. I wonder how I can, is there any way I can get that like on my phone?
What's that?
Like if I can have the comments on my phone?
I don't know how.
Okay.
Maybe talk to.
Yeah. What I'll do, I'll text you the
chat box.
Yeah, I will. I'll text you the link on your phone.
Beautiful.
I'd love to, because what I love to do is we love engaging with people in real time. So if we see a question that's just dialed in, right on point to the point we're trying to prove or share with you guys, I'll pull up questions and kind of it fuels us. We love
And can everyone hear us? I've seen a couple people say I got booted off, lost video, lost sound. If you can hear us okay, just give us a quick yes. Say, hey, Landon Stapes, I can hear you. I love it. So here's specifically what we're going to be teaching you tonight. There's 5 core things. So number 1, we're going to talk about why Instagram. We've already touched on that a little bit here. We've already also, for those of you that watched the webinar, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, my screen's moving while I'm but we talked, last week also about why Instagram and what's going on. And so we've talked about that a little bit. We'll dive in a little bit more. Number 2, what we're going to show you is our 3-step formula that Stapes and I have created for building a big audience on Instagram and converting the audience into leads and sales for your business. Because there's a lot of people on Instagram that have 100,000 followers or 500,000 followers or 1 million followers, and they're not making any money with their accounts. And it's because they don't understand the direct response piece. They don't know how to take that follower and turn that follower into a lead and that lead into a sale. And so we want to show you from starting a brand new Instagram account from scratch. How do you take that brand new account and start getting followers? How do you go from followers to leads, from leads to sales? We're going to show you the entire thing in 3 steps. Number 3, we're then going to talk about storytelling for a little bit, because a lot of people on Instagram, all they're doing is posting memes and just posting pictures, and they're not providing value. They're not telling stories. And so when you can integrate a little bit of storytelling into Instagram, it makes you stand out and it just puts you a cut above everybody else. We're going to show you how to write stories that sell, that move people, that convert into leads. Number 4, what we're going to do is we are going to show you our launch sequence. So we're actually going to give you a copy and paste, fill in the blank sequence of Facebook and Instagram posts that you can actually implement right now. So if you have friends on Facebook or you've already got followers on Instagram, you can actually take this copy and paste launch sequence we're going to give you, and you can start generating your first batch of leads and sales right away. For those of you that are more advanced internet marketers who've been doing this for a little while, you can actually make big money just from this. Me and Stapes did a launch.
That's basically like free money that these guys are giving. So hopefully you guys are excited about that.
This is a launch that we gave our community. We have a community of a few hundred people we work with right now, and we actually gave this launch. It's a copy and paste launch sequence. We've processed tens and tens of thousands of dollars, and many of those dollars were with brand new people just getting started, really starting from scratch, that have never launched. They don't know what even launch means when they step into it, and it works incredibly well. So we're excited just to give that to you and let you guys run with it, because it works very effective. This is probably, number 4 is probably one of the top most popular or most effective things.
It's probably the biggest part of this entire webinar. People saying, I love fill in the blank. It's completely fill in the blank, completely copy and paste. And like Stapes says, it works, and we'll show you proof of that. And then at the end, we'll do a full Q&A. So probably what we'll do is we'll probably take a break every 20 to 30 minutes tonight to answer 1 or 2 questions that we see popping up. And then at the very end, we'll do a full-on Q&A. We'll go into anything that you guys want to talk about, whether it's direct response marketing or closing sales, on whatever you want to talk.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, all right,
we're not going there.
Easy. So if you're excited to get started, go into the comments and say, get started already. So here we go. Let's talk about why Instagram. So there's a million reasons why Instagram. Here's one of the biggest. I believe and I am confident that the future of business, the future of people is to have a personal brand and a personal audience. I just believe that is the freaking future. It's one of the most powerful things in the world to have. When you have people, when you have a group of people who look up to you, who are reading who are looking at your Instagram pictures every day, when you've got a group of people who love you, it is so easy to make money. It is so easy to impact people. It's so easy to make a difference, to serve causes that you're involved in. The world just gets a lot easier. And we'll give you some examples of that. And we talked a little bit about this last week, so we won't get too deep into this. But one big example is Rihanna. How many of you guys have heard of Rihanna, right? So Rihanna is
an incredible stat. This statistic blew me away.
So this is Rihanna, right? So go into the comments and we'll actually show you some of this in a second. But if you've heard of Rihanna, just say, I've heard of her. Whether you like her or not, that's a different story. But Rihanna, right? So Rihanna has an Instagram account and she has a personal brand. Now, obviously, none of us might not ever be as famous as Rihanna. We don't have to be free from Instagram. You know what I mean? To make a full-time income. But Rihanna, had a deal with Puma, the shoes, right? She created a deal with Puma, the shoes. She went onto her Instagram account. She did one post.
It was like 2 sentences.
One post. Yeah, I mean, the post had no writing in it. It was literally a picture of these Puma shoes. And they sold.
Let's see if they can guess.
How many pairs of Puma shoes do you guys think she sold? How many pairs? And a lot of people know because we shared it last week.
In 20 minutes, right? It was
19 minutes.
19 minutes. They
sold out. So they had, like, if this would have been live for like 24 hours, this number probably would have been 10 times more.
Yeah, they should have made more shoes.
Yeah, but it was. So the answer was, and people are getting it here.
You guys are already on it. Yeah.
220,000. 220,000 pairs of shoes in 19 minutes. Now you compare this to 20, 30 years ago. What was the most valuable real estate, the most valuable advertising in the world, Stapes?
Probably TV, radio, billboards, radio. Maybe. Billboards are kind of fading.
And even if you look at physical locations, Times Square was the most valuable physical, the most valuable physical real estate in the world. Why? Because that's where the eyeballs are. See, wherever there is attention, and write this down, wherever there is a tension, there is value. That's where the value is. Wherever the people are, that's what's worth the money. It's where the people are, right? Why is real estate location? It's because that's where the people are. And that's how business always has been and always will be. Well, I was
going to say, the attention's changing so radically with the internet. Where is it going? Where is it headed? Where was it? Look at it 80 years ago. Times Square, right? That was the most valuable real estate in the world. I can guarantee you that if Puma put up an ad on Times Square with a picture of Rihanna with the shoes and everything, it might have been a flop.
Yeah,
I don't know,
wouldn't have
who
sold
knows what's going on in Times Square.
They wouldn't have sold. So here's the reality. Think about this for a second and let this just take your mind and just explode it. Just allow that. So right now, Rihanna, who's just a regular freaking person, right? Rihanna, her Instagram account is more valuable in real estate than Times Square. More valuable than Times Square. And that's a big example, right? But there are regular people just in the internet marketing space, just like us, making millions of dollars a year on Instagram. We're going to show you how they do it because obviously Rihanna, that's a little bit of a different niche.
A little bit like out of our reach, but it applies to it.
Yeah,
because there's eyeballs there and there's attention.
Exactly. And so I believe the future is to have audiences, and not just on Instagram. I believe the future is to have an audience on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, to have audiences. The reason why I like starting with Instagram is because it's one of the easiest and quickest places to start getting followers faster. It's just one of the easiest places to do it. If you compare Instagram to YouTube, it's just a little easier to do Instagram, but we recommend going on all of the super platforms and building audiences everywhere, right? If you look at Jake Paul, for example. So Jake Paul is a vlogger, right? So Jake Paul, he is a vlogger. So he has a YouTube channel.
I think he went from 0 to 10 or 12 million subscribers in like 1 year. He was the fastest guy to hit 10 million subscribers from scratch in 12 months.
which is freaking incredible. And so Jake Paul, because he has followers, right, or subscribers on YouTube, right, he is now able to get cast in big time movies. Why would why would a big time movie cast just a regular vlogger? Well, it's because he has the audience, and the movies know that they will be able to go to that audience and advertise the movie. So I believe the future of even hiring people, I know a lot of you guys are entrepreneurs, but I know for me, when I go to hire people in the future, who's more valuable? Someone with 50,000 Instagram followers or someone with 0?
Right.
50,000. Because that person has a built-in audience that I can move my product to.
It shows influence. It shows leadership. It shows that you're moving.
Yeah.
You're shaking. You're doing stuff. And what people want, they want to join people. They want to work with people that are in the white hot center of activity. They want people that are in the mix, that have influence. And it's inspirational for people to see that. So that's what we want for you guys. Even if you're starting at 0, Jesse's like, I don't have an Instagram yet. How do I start it? Jesse, you just download it on your phone. You go to the App Store and you download that puppy.
It's called Instagram.
Yep, you can have it by the end of this. You can have it in the next 2 minutes, and you can start working on it while we have this playing in the background.
It's completely free.
It's free to go.
You just plug in your email address. If you have a Facebook account,
yeah,
you already know exactly how to create an Instagram account because it's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
And tonight we are going to show you how to take that Instagram account from scratch, from 0 to within the next week, getting 50 to 100 followers a day, to within the next couple of months, making money on Instagram. So that is our vision for you. Our vision for you is to help you reach your vision. I know a lot of you guys have different kinds of goals. Some of you want to make 100,000 a month. Some of you want to make 2,000 a month. Some of you, your goal is to help a charity and to be a part of a cause. All of you have different goals. Whatever your goal is, we believe Instagram can be part of that and can help you get there. And our vision is to help you get there here tonight. So that is why Instagram. What we want to do next is we want to start walking you through the formula. If you're excited, this is where we actually get into tactics.
We get into some stuff.
Because some people are like, Landon Stapes, you've been talking a lot of theory so far. When are the tactics?
You got to tee up the vision, though.
Yeah.
You got to, think big for this stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like 50 to 10,000 followers a day, or 50 to 100. 100. And that is true. That's what we're hitting right now. But a lot of people, Ryan, they get so caught up and so horny over followers. Yeah. And they're so excited about followers. Even though that's the first step, it's all about the leads and sales. And we're going to show you how to get that too, because I kind of have a special place in my heart with Instagram. Landon actually had his first $10,000 month with Facebook ads, and so did I. Yeah. But I actually started having my first $1,000 month, my first $2,000 month, my first $3,000 month on Instagram, and I had no money. I had no money to spend on Facebook ads. I had no influence, no audience, no leads, no team, no momentum. And I was like, I can make Instagram work. I kind of have a little bit of a photography background. I know how to take cool pictures. I've got some crazy stories that I've learned over the last 4 or 5 years in the industry. I'm ready to go. I'm going to start telling stories. And I started getting followers, started getting 2 to 3 leads a day, started making a sale once or twice a week. And I was at $1,000 to $2,000 a month, pretty much within 30 to 60 days. And that was when I didn't even know what I was doing.
Beautiful.
So the point is, the big point here that I'm trying to drop is we're going to show you how to extract the most amount of value with the smallest amount of followers.
That's a big point.
Yeah.
That's a big point. We want to show you how to get more leads with a few followers than what some of the big guys get with massive audiences who don't know the direct response. So we want to combine what you're learning from Brandon with direct response marketing with Instagram, and it is a powerful, powerful combo. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to dive into the formula. If you're excited for the formula, go into the comments and write formula. And like we talked about in the beginning, treat this night like you dropped $2,000 to be here. Because here's the reality. Me and Stapes tonight, we have absolutely nothing to sell. There is no pitch. The end of this webinar is a Q&A. It's not a pitch. We have literally nothing to sell. This is the entire goal of tonight, is to give you everything Instagram. We talked to Brandon on the phone last week. We're like, what do you want out of this? He's like, just give us everything you guys got. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
So we can go into Team Phoenix group a week from now and see you guys cheering everyone on, rocking, I got 200, 300 new followers, a can full of leads, someone filling out an app to work with me. Like, that's what we want for you guys. We can't wait to see these results. We've seen it work incredibly well. Look, you guys are just on fire.
I cannot
You guys are like,
Brandon, your community is freaking incredible, dude. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this.
Wendy, Cody, Daryl, Yuri.
322 people on so far.
What's that, boss?
322 live.
Here we go.
They're excited. We're excited. Let's get into it. So here's the 3 steps. And here's how tonight's going to work. So we're going to kind of give you the full big picture formula. Then we're going to actually go to Instagram and show you specific tactics and things like that and how it works. So here's there are really 3 big pieces, and there are some other small micro pieces that we'll talk about here tonight. But this is essentially the 3-step formula. This is the 3 things that make this entire thing go around. Number 1, step 1 for the growth formula is having a bio. And a lot of people, and by a lot, almost everybody, does the bio wrong.
Go to anyone's Instagram.
Yeah.
Like 95% of people, especially marketers.
Yeah.
I mean, should we pull up some stuff?
We'll pull up. This is just the intro.
This is important though.
Yeah. So most people do the bio wrong. We're going to teach you the right way. It's the most
valuable real estate on your Instagram page.
It is the real estate of your Instagram.
It's the real estate. It's the only way out.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
That is the money box.
It's the only way somebody can leave the Instagram platform. I think actually you can send private messages now. They allow links and stuff. But this is the real estate. Step 1, your bio is crucial, and a lot of people drop the ball on it.
Yep.
It's not a Match.com bio. Or an eHarmony bio. This is a highly direct response call to action bio that we're going to help you craft.
Yep. Beautiful steps. Thank you, bro. Number 2 is we need a way to get automated followers, because what we don't want for you guys is you guys waking up every morning like, all right, I got to go like pictures. I got to go get new followers.
It was hard.
And it's like, all right, I got 3 followers today. It was 8 hours.
One unfollowed.
And you're sweating. And you're like, and then it's like you finally get a follow. You're like, I got one. Then you're private messaging, pitching the thing because you've got 1 follow. We don't want that. Yeah. What we want is we want to give you a strategy and a formula and a framework that you can use to get new followers every day automatically. How many of you guys like things that are done automatically? Now, Instagram.
I have a feeling this community likes automation. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
If you guys like sweating, that's cool too. We can show you the hard way.
We've got a sweatshop out back. But no, we want to show you how to get automated followers. How do you get 50 to 100 new followers a day automatically? How do you do it? What's the secret there? We're going to show you. And then step number 3 is the content strategy, right? So it's like, okay, once I have the perfect bio and once I have followers, what do I actually post on my Instagram every day? What do I tell these people? What kind of pictures do I use? Well, that is the content strategy.
Step 3, people get overwhelmed. They get stuck. They don't know what to talk about, what to share. They're thinking 3 posts a day. Like, what the heck am I going to do here?
Yeah.
We're going to show you what we do. It's a strategy we call batching. We'll show you how it works, and it's a lot easier than you guys think. So take a deep breath. Let's jump in, guys, and keep rocking.
Beautiful.
I like the momentum we're in right now.
Freaking do it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go open up. So this is the first resource for you tonight. So a couple of things. Number 1, the slides that we have here tonight, we will be making available to everyone. I'll send them over to Brandon.
Yeah.
He can post them in the Facebook group or do whatever he wants with them to make sure everyone gets them. So we have like a resource slide with links to all of the resources. So you're going to get all of this. It would probably still be useful to write it down if you want to check it out now or whatever. So resource number 1 is a site that we like to use called Social Blade. What's Social Blade? Well, Social Blade is a website where you can actually, it's kind of like Clout, where you can actually look at someone's social media presence in real time.
Yeah.
So we can go on here. We can type in my Instagram username. You can see how many followers I'm getting every day. You can see my entire Instagram account, clear as day, in the open for the public to know. In
real time. So it'll actually show you, like, just go to an account.
Yeah, so here's Selena Gomez. So this is one of the biggest accounts in the world. She's getting 30,000 new followers a day.
Yeah, she's doing pretty well. And if you go to if you click that live button,
okay, let's check it out.
This is actually going to show you in real time her followers. It takes a second to click here, but you'll notice like every few seconds, she might jump up 50, 60, 100, 200, 300 followers. It's pretty wild to see. You can do this. The cool thing about Social Blade, everybody, this is a place for research. This is a place to kind of see what's working, how it works. If you see a great Instagram account and you're wondering if it's effective or how they're growing and how fast they're growing, you can plug them right into Social Blade and you can study kind of their growth on a day-to-day basis, how many people they're following, how many people are following them. And then, as you can see here,
she's going down.
She's going down. She must have done a weird Twitter post or something. And got
here we go. Now she just jumped up a bit.
But anyway.
Yeah. So that's so this is Social Blade. So go ahead, Stapes.
But this is actually a platform. It's not just Instagram. You can do YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. It'll show you everything in real time. So let's pull yours up.
So here's me. So this is me for the past month and a half. So this is me from September. And I literally went, and I wish it went back in time even farther. Actually, you guys can probably see the jump right here.
You can see when you started
towards the end of August. August 27th, I had 2,700 followers, or 2,800, I guess. And you guys can see this for yourself too. So I had 2,800 followers on August 28th. And as you can see, literally instantly, the day I started focusing on Instagram marketing, 100 new followers.
Yeah.
And then 100 more, and then 100 more, 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 etc. And so as you guys can see, I took an account, and this account, it wasn't like I was an Instagram marketer. Those 2,800 followers, I generated them over the span of about 4 years. So it took me about 4 years to get 2,800 and about 4 weeks to go from 2,800 to 6,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it can start happening fast, literally the day or the day after you start focusing on it. So as you can see, this is my account, and you can look at me in real time. And as you can see, I'm averaging anywhere between 50 and 100 new followers a day. Every now and then I'll have a poorer day where I have 21, and then I'll have a day where I get 200. So the average is around 50 to 100 new followers every single day on autopilot. Autopilot. So while I'm out at events and I'm not even touching my Instagram account, I don't post a single thing.
I was gonna say, are you following people and stuff?
No, no. This is happening for me and for us. Stapes is the exact same thing. We could show you his. It would be the exact same thing.
Yep.
This is happening for us on complete autopilot every day. And again, like Stapes talked about earlier, the magic number isn't followers. The magic number is leads and sales. So it's an important thing because that followers start to get
before you can get a lead.
You got to get a follower.
You got to get a follower.
And guys, the cool thing about this is that these followers have a real value. So for those of you guys who have been around, this is gold. So if you've been around internet marketing for a while, back in the day when I first started, so me and Stapes, we've been doing this stuff for a long time. I started internet marketing in 2009. I was 19, and everyone online preached one thing, and it was really smart advice. What was the advice? Build a list. Right? Well, what was a list in those days? A list was a list of emails. Essentially, go out there and generate email leads. That was the sole focus of everybody in internet marketing.
Even before that.
What was before that?
List?
What was before that? The phone book? No, I don't know.
The list before this was like your family and friends.
Yeah, so this is
like the
milkman.
Like your grandma. And
this was your Rolodex. I was like, okay, I met him at a networking event in 2002. No, but
so it's like the evolution of the list. Yeah, essentially.
Exactly.
Like it's changing. Like 30 years ago in the 80s, the list was literally a notepad with a list of names, like your friends, your family, your uncle, your grandma, the whole deal. And then it evolved. We joined in internet marketing, like Landon said. The new list was now emails. Now we're moving into 2017. The internet really started to spike. Internet marketing. When do you think 2004 was really when the grandfathers of like internet marketing?
I
mean, it goes back past
years. And so it was email. But here's the thing. Today, an email list is still valuable, right? And so here's what they taught. Here's what I was taught in 2009. I was taught that the value of an email lead, each email lead was worth about $1 per month. So what did that mean? It meant if I went and generated, are you checking comments there? What are you checking? If I went and generated 1,000 email leads, and how many of you guys watching this right now are generating email leads, or you at least know that that's an important thing to do? Go into the comments and just write email if you're either doing Facebook ads or YouTube marketing, but you're doing something to get email leads. You understand that's important. Go into the comments and just write email. So I was taught when I was first starting online that I would make about $1 per email lead I had on my list. So if I generated 1,000 leads over the span of 3 months, that was $1,000 a month income. And what was crazy was exactly what they said would happen.
That's what's weird.
In fact, when I literally went and checked, and in the year where I averaged $10,000 a month, at the end of that year, Stapes, how many leads do you think was on my email list? Yeah, it was like 9,300. It was literally like exactly what they said would happen happened.
That's
right?
funny. And it depends on what your offer
There's
is,
a
where
lot
your
of
margins
variables.
are, the whole deal. But it's accurate.
Yeah.
And did that person tell you, like, he was in our niche too?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And
like,
so
there's
like, obviously, if you're in an e-commerce type business, you're selling things where your profit margins are $1.50.
But for us, for you guys selling a Magic, that's a real thing. Yeah. Like, that's $1 a lead.
Yeah, that's a real thing. And obviously there's variables. More. There's variables. That's just an idea. And here's the thing, an Instagram follower also has a value just like that. Just like that. It's not quite as high as $1. What we found is it's about 25 cents. So what does that mean? Well, it means that 100 new followers a day in money is the equivalent to generating around 25 new email leads a day in money.
Let that sit and write that down.
And it's really easy to get 100 new followers a day.
And it gets exciting. It kind of it amps us up to realize, like, this is the new list moving forward in 2018 and beyond.
It's a list. I believe the future is there's going to be lots of lists. Yeah. You're going to have your email list, your text message list, your Facebook list. The future of internet marketing is multi-dimensional, right? But anyhow, so that means based on these stats, and again, plus or minus, we aren't predictors of your future, but what we have found is it's worth about 25 cents a follower. So what does that mean? Well, that means that 10,000 followers, which you can do at 100 followers a day, that's about 3 months from now. Yeah. That's an income of around $2,500 a month.
Who's ready for 10,000 followers in about 3 months? Who's down for that?
Who would be excited just for an extra couple grand a month without spending a bunch of money on ads? Right. Just an extra few grand a month, right? And I know some of you guys have big visions, and you can do that too. Tai Lopez, let's check out Tai Lopez. So Tai is in our niche right now, and I'll show you how many followers he's getting in real time, and this will give you some hope.
I think he just crossed, he's like over 2 million followers.
2 million followers.
So he's got some activity here.
His daily average is around 3,000. Yeah, yesterday 20,000. His daily average for the last 45 days is around 3,000 new followers every single day. That's his average.
Go to his monthly. It's cool because when you guys get to Social Blade, it's going to show your daily average, your monthly average, your yearly projection. So he's doing about almost 100,000 followers a month on Instagram.
On Instagram. So that means that's increasing his Instagram income by about 25 grand a month. Yep. And he's just this is not a celebrity. He's not on television. This is a normal guy. So does that paint a big enough vision for you guys? And go into the comments and just write vision if you see the vision of what we're sharing.
Did we get any 10,000?
Oh, I'm sure we did. Comments? I'm sure they said, pick me, I'm ready. Hell yeah.
One thing, just to kind of touch on the value of these followers, because, years ago, I'll speak for myself. I kind of had a delusionment of followers. I thought I thought for some reason, like, a follower is just, it wasn't a lead. It wasn't like it wasn't a prospect. It wasn't a potential buy. Like, it was just a follower. And I lost sight. I put a number to it. Yeah. How many followers I have. Yeah. But you got to realize, guys, like, we're not buying followers here. We're not getting fake followers. These are real people with real desires, with real fears, and they want to make change. Everyone has a desire. Everyone has problems to solve. And these are real people. So when you get 100 new people on your Instagram, I want you to feel that. I want you to feel like a room full of 100 people. And you've got your picture on the big screen, and you're reading your caption, because essentially you're getting 100 new eyeballs on your stuff every day. And there's an exponential compounding effect to that. Like, I had no idea when I started this. How many followers did I have when I started this? Like 6,000?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like we threw this thing on, we started applying it. I'm close to 11,000 followers now, just getting started. But let's go into Millionaire Mentor. This relates to more our niche.
And I want to show you guys what's possible. This is the last example. Then we'll dive into the bio and we'll dive into the tactics. So this is really important. So this is Millionaire Mentor. He's he's literally an Instagram influencer. Like, this is what he does. He does Instagram. He started this account, I believe, around 2 years ago. He now has 2.6 million followers. This Instagram account makes him around 100 grand a month. Literally an Instagram account. Yeah. Like it makes him over 100 grand a month. It makes him 100 grand a month from one income source. He has a bunch, right? Mm-hmm. One Instagram account. In fact, we went through a course with a guy who owns the account called Daily Dose. And I'll show you Daily Dose, and we'll come back to Millionaire Mentor. I'll show you guys just a couple of big things. I want to give you guys a big vision, and then we'll get back into the practicality. And that's kind of a secret brain hack for you. Yeah. A secret brain hack is when you have an idea, blow that thing up as big as it can possibly go, and then bring it back to the micro. So it's like, I want to see the big vision. And then it's like, okay, what step can I take today to get there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Reverse engineering it.
Exactly. And for some reason, it's not loading up.
Bugging up a little bit.
Let's see. Could be the internet here. Give us just a second, guys. We're loading up Daily Dose. You can throw on the
Wi-Fi connection too.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's fine. I'll just show this to start. So this is Daily Dose. Oh, snaps. Oh, no. Let me come back to that. Sorry about this, guys. We've got tech issues here. I'm sure none of you guys have ever dealt with tech difficulties in your career. But this is Daily Dose. He has 1 million followers.
He's got beautiful gray pictures that just blanket it in beauty.
Yeah, we've got exotic, but he has about 1 million followers. He was offered for this account $500,000. This is worth more than the house we were sitting in. This real estate is more valuable than houses.
Yeah. And he didn't sell it, which is a huge tell.
And the reason why he didn't sell it is because it makes him multiple 6 figures a year. Why would you sell something for $500K that's making you $250,000 a year? And he believes in 5 years he's going to be able to sell this thing for 8 figures. 10 million. That's his goal. He has a $10 million exit plan on this thing. So that is the big vision. But let's get back to Millionaire Mentor. I just want to show you guys one final thing.
And if this bugs up, we'll just plug into the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we'll go back to Wi-Fi. There we go.
Maybe it's just
his page. So this is Millionaire Mentor. So one of the things Millionaire Mentor does is he offers what's called shout-outs. What's a shout-out? Well, essentially, let's say you have a product or service or a business, and you want to market it on someone else's Instagram account. You can do that. You could reach out to Millionaire Mentor and you could say, hey, I want to post, like, this is an example of a shout out right
and
here.
He switched the bio link to match it too.
Yeah, and for some reason, the internet's
here, try to go to EF.
Okay, let me try to go to Wi-Fi here, guys, because we're plugged into the.
And Brandon, if you can hear us, brother, just let us know we stay connected and we're live. And thanks. What do you think so far, Brandon? You think there's some value here for the peeps?
Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Cool,
man.
We'll keep it flowing.
Cool. So yeah, it looks like we're back on. We're live. We're looking good. So this is Millionaire Mentor's account right here, and so he offers shout outs, right? Yeah. So you can go to him. You can say, I want to advertise my business on your account. And how much? Here's the question: how much do you guys think Millionaire Mentor charges for 2 hours? So this is a post. The only post, the ads, I guess, they're kind of like.
And if you know the answer to it, because we already told half of you guys, just say I know the answer.
Yeah. So don't run it. But how much do you think this Amazon drop shipping guy paid Millionaire Mentor to post this on his page for literally just 2 hours?
Yeah.
How many? And I'm sure there's a bunch. We'll just go ahead and share it. Yeah. The answer is $400. He charges
$200 an hour.
$400. And what does Millionaire Mentor have to do to make that $400?
He just actually probably uses his fingers a little bit.
It's probably Command C, Command V.
Command C, Command V.
All he does,
copy and paste.
This person gave him the picture to use. Yeah. They gave him the bio to use. They gave him the description. Literally, all he did was copy and paste. It took him 2 minutes. He made $400. And he does this 5-6 times a day.
Yeah. He's doing it all the time. This post, if you come back here in 2 hours, that'll be gone.
Yeah, and
then there might be a new one in the front of the line.
Yeah.
But he's just doing this all day long. And it's not the model me and Landon are in.
No.
But it's showing you the potential of what audiences can do, the value of having eyeballs on your offer, the value of generating an audience with Instagram. It's incredibly powerful, and it really opened up my eyes when I discovered it. And shout outs are just one strategy that will teach you guys on how to grow your account fast. We have other platforms that kind of grow it automatically. This is a great, you can reach out to Millionaire Mentor. What does Daily Dose charge for a shout out? You remember?
Yeah, I want to say he was $250.
Okay.
He has about half the followers.
So we found shout outs. We farmed about 10 different accounts, and they charge anywhere from $50 to about $400. Millie Mentor is up there. He's probably one of the more expensive ones, because he has one of the bigger audiences in our niche, but it's powerful.
Yep.
The power of an audience, guys.
Yep. So let's get into it. So what was step one, guys? Go into the comments if you know what it is. Step one was the bio, right? The bio. See, a lot of people, they get the bio totally wrong. So here's what most people do with their bio. They hop into their bio and they're like, lives in Chandler, Arizona.
I mean,
loves to even this bio is not.
You know why though? It's because he does shout outs.
Yeah.
And he can't have a call to action mixed with a shout. But go to the hashtag. Just go to like an entrepreneurship hashtag.
Okay.
Like you can click the picture. Even.
It's fine. I'll just type
cool.
it.
Because we'll just show you guys examples. We can find something pretty quick here.
I don't know if it's even going to work.
Is it that slow?
It's not even the internet because Facebook just loaded just fine.
Click that, maybe.
It is Instagram is having this problem.
Go to this guy's profile.
Yeah, I mean, that's a random account. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the thing about, so this is Money Kings.
Weird.
But yeah, so for some reason we'll see if we can get this fixed because obviously we're showing you guys Instagram. But so this is money.kings, right? He has 150,000 followers. And if you look at his bio, his bio essentially says nothing.
All about money.
Okay.
Since 2016.
Okay.
Daily motivation, promotions, and features.
Does that compel?
Are your hands sweating?
Is your heart like, oh shit, this guy knows what he's doing? No, you're like, that doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
I guarantee we generate probably as many leads as he does with 10,000 followers.
I mean,
as he's
there's a lot more he can do here. And we don't know what the content he's teaching or whatever. But what if it was like 5 lost secrets to mastering money? Even if you like, it could be. I'm freestyling here, but like we're talking about a high level, crafted, refined call to action to click a link.
Yeah,
it's called direct response marketing. And that's what we live and breathe.
Response. So what we want to do with our bios is because the entire goal of your Instagram account is one thing. It's to get people to read this bio and click this link.
Yep.
That's really the main goal because with ours, we want to generate leads. This isn't just a pure audience play where you want to just our goal is to make a lot of money with a small audience, right? Yeah. And because of that, our main goal is to get someone to read this bio and click this link. Mm-hmm. No one's clicking this link right here. No. Nobody's clicking that because it doesn't even tell them what this link is about. There's no benefit. There's not even a call to action, right? So now if you compare that to what me and Stapes are doing and I don't know.
Dude, I was going to say close Chrome.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you have the broadcast.
Yeah, let's see. Log in with
Stick Facebook with us, everybody. Stick with us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Log in.
I don't know. I have no idea what I have no idea what my login is, dude. No clue.
Log in with Facebook.
I know that's what I clicked, dude, and it brings me here. And that's the wrong Facebook. That's why it's trying to get me to make a new account. Here, we're gonna get this figured out though, because I want to make sure that we can show you guys Instagram. So let me log into my other Facebook account. We'll log in with my other Instagram account.
Boy. Solution oriented is a big part of what we do here.
Oh yeah, I'm right here.
There you go.
I have a couple Facebook accounts. Whatever. So I'm logging into this Facebook account. So
Facebook's breezing, huh?
Yeah, so it's just Instagram that's having trouble here. I don't know why.
There you go. Right?
Log in. Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Put your phone number and password. We'll keep rocking.
What is going on here? I don't know my password is the thing. I auto log in.
Probably.
Brandon, you ever face stuff like this, dude, where your passwords you auto are logged into? Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So that's part of business. In business, you will face many obstacles. And the secret is to being pre-committed to solving those obstacles before you even have them. Yeah, and it's tricky here, dude. It's tricky. Oh, and now you brought up, it's.
We'll get it.
Wow. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, wow, we're in. Save that. Oh, no.
Oh, save it.
No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like it worked just fine for you. So Here we go. I'll load up mine real quick. So here's what do we do with our bios? And I'm going to show you mine. I'm going to show Stapes. And we're going to show you exactly what we're doing with Instagram. So what we do with our bios that's different is most people, their bio is like lives in Chandler, entrepreneur, likes to travel, and YOLO. It's like generic facts about them. So about the person whose Instagram account it is. So if there's one thing that good marketers do and that you want to do in your life and in your business is you want to make all of your marketing not about you. But about the person reading the thing.
Exactly.
Right? So, and it can be about your accomplishments, but within the context of them. It's see how I can help you. When your bio is all about the money, that has nothing, that has no benefit to the person reading it. We want all of the benefit to go on the reader, not on us. how selfish are we? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we want it to be the benefit of the reader. We want to make it about them. So we'll show how we do that. So we write a bio that has a call to action that benefits the reader and tells them exactly what they're going to get when they click the link. Direct response 101 for those of you that have been around the game for a while. So here's mine, right? So mine is similar. So number one, I start off with emoji, and Save says the same. I start off with an emoji, and it looks a little bit different on a phone. If you pull it up on a phone, these are actually all separate lines. So there's actually a line break here and a line break.
You want to teach them how to do that? It's pretty simple.
Yeah, so how do we do?
I do it on Facebook, but.
Yeah, so, I mean, what I do is I just write it in notes.
Okay,
is what I do, and then paste it over. So essentially.
It's a small little small little tech tip.
Yeah. So these are separate lines on mobile. On desktop, it doesn't pull that up. But so here's my bio. So number one, I do tell a little bit about me. So I start with an emoji. Why? It adds color. Color is the reason why emojis work so well. We're now using emojis on our websites. We're using emojis in our Facebook ads. We're using emojis everywhere. Why?
Email opens.
Why? Because on Facebook, everything is blue and white. Everything is blue and white. What color is the emoji? It stands out. The color of it stands out. It pops. People are used to reading emojis. They want to decipher what they mean. So we start almost everything with emojis today. But I'd say one little fact about me, internet entrepreneur, just so that people can kind of get just a picture of who I am. But then I immediately get into them. See how I quit my job, travel around the world, and make 6 figures a year on social media, and how you can too. Sunglass guy. Click here, which is a real, and it's a
pointer
at the link, and in this it actually goes directly towards the real link, right?
And that might look.
Guys, just to jump in, everyone I know in the community, they're worried about Facebook compliant ads and stuff like this. This being your bio, you don't need to worry about it being like compliant on Facebook. You can say yes, quit my job or make money and all that kind of stuff that you have to be careful with when you're doing, normal Facebook ads.
That's a great point.
There's no ad reviews here banning your accounts.
There is no compliance. You are allowed. Instagram only bans things that are like pornography related and really, really like drug, like really bad
stuff.
What we're doing here, we aren't paying for any of this ad space. And even on your personal Facebook, you're allowed to say whatever you want on your personal Facebook. The only time there's any sort of a review is when you're paying for ad space. This is completely free, and so there is no compliance. There's no ad review. You're allowed to say whatever you want. Now, obviously, remain truthful.
Yeah, be truthful. Don't be too spammy, because you don't want to be numb. You don't want to be blind to the fact that people just don't like spammy, make money stuff. Like, this is clean. It's like how I quit my job, travel the world, make 6 figures per year on social media. And how you can too. Made it a full benefit. And then click here. You didn't miss that part either.
Yeah, this is really important.
You have to tell people what to do or they won't do it.
Exactly.
Even though you think that the link's next, like what else is there to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've got to be so freaking specific with people. It's unreal. The other day, this was actually happened a while ago. Me and Staves, we were out to eat at a Mexican restaurant. And we go up to pay or whatever. We go up to pay for the meal or whatever. And it's just like you pay and then you go sit down or whatever. And we're sitting there and I
paid.
Yeah, no, what happened was I inserted in the card and I just waited or whatever. And I was just sitting there waiting. But I had to remove the card and I didn't know that the transaction has gone through. And so for the guy sitting there looking at me, he's probably like, it's so freaking obvious. You just remove. But we just literally all sat there in silence, just waiting.
Awkward eye contact.
Because I didn't know what to do. So sometimes what we think is obvious, the link is right there. Well, sometimes what we think is obvious to someone else, it's not obvious. And if you don't tell people exactly what to do, even if you think it's obvious, and even if it is, they just won't know. And they won't do anything. Don't assume that people know anything. If you want them to know something, tell them. That's executive communication. That's what moves people.
Yeah, and we just actually applied the same strategy to our capture page. So Brandon, what we did was you'd think someone lands on a capture page and they read the headline, like, see how I quit my job, travel the world, make 6 figures a year, register for our free webinar. The button says, yes, take me there now. It's a big green button with an email and a name above it. You'd think that they'd click that, and they do. you know, about 40 to 50%, depending on what platform we're on. But we just actually added on the button, so it says, yes, take me there, or yes, register me now. We've actually put click here on the button now to make it extra clear. We've actually noticed an increase in conversion. So if you guys have capture pages and stuff, you can test that out on your capture page and actually add, it's a little subtitle below, but I don't know if we have an example.
Yeah, I don't know if
we might be able to show it. If it pops up, I'll mention it. But you can add click here, because never, ever, ever assume people know what to do.
Yeah.
Because we kind of, sometimes we forget, like, we're internet marketers.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the world really, sometimes they don't know. And to be a leader, leadership is literally just directing people and telling people what to do. And you have to be a leader at all times with your copywriting and your marketing. So let's rock and roll.
Beautiful, beautiful. So that's what we're doing. Then we send here to a capture page. So we're actually testing something right now where we're sending to a Facebook group. Until then, though, we've been sending to a capture page, just like what all of you guys have. So you can have, like, you can use your GAZ or whatever kind of capture page or model you're in. This is where we've been sending. We're testing now, sending to a Facebook group. And that's one thing we do in our businesses is we're always testing new stuff.
Yeah.
So this is the control. Our goal is always to beat it, to do better than the current. And we test stuff. And sometimes the stuff we test totally bombs. And we're like, let's go back to the last thing we did. It was way better. And sometimes you test something and it increases conversions tiny.
Yeah.
And then every now and then it's like, wow, that made a big, big difference. So does that make sense? Guys, if you're getting value out of this so far, someone says, I don't understand this. Linda, I'm sorry that you don't understand. I don't know. For those of you that are watching or getting value so far, go into the comments and just say, I'm getting value. I get it. I love it. Just that kind of fuels us. So again, the first step to your entire Instagram marketing empire is to have a clear, concise bio that tells people exactly what to do. So your bio, if you've quit your job, you can say that. It could even be, see how I'm involved in a community of people who are quitting their jobs, traveling the world. Like, you can leverage the community as well, or you can use what we do a lot of times is we take the headline that's on the capture.
I was just going to tell you that.
Yep.
I was just going to say, like, Brandon, I'm sure you've probably got a capture page you're working with.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a community capture page you use, Brandon, to where like everyone's using kind of a template, or do you teach people to customize their headlines and stuff?
Yeah, right now, there's a number of different community options for people.
Cool.
Standard capture pages. Some people that are building their own list have their own. But we're actually working on a platform, but I guess we'll announce it now. It's here in the next probably a couple months, hopefully about 2 months or so. People will have the ability to customize their own landing pages. So it'll be kind of like having their own ClickFunnels account inside the system.
That is awesome, man. Guys, for those of you watching, it's a really big freaking deal.
Yeah.
That'll allow you to stand out in the market a little bit, and that's awesome. You guys are really innovating, and people are saying they are getting so much. Look at this. That is dozens of got it, love it. I mean, good Lori, Daniel, Ahmed. Love it. Okay, so that's step number one.
Use your capture page, though. Use your capture page for fodder.
Yeah.
Because one of the big things with marketing, and I know probably Anna was going to say this, the biggest thing you can learn when it comes to copywriting and directing people through different mediums to land on a capture page is congruency.
Yep.
Having congruency, no breakage in the message.
Yep.
So if Landon says, you know, see how I quit my job, travel the world to make 6 figures per year online, I click his link and it says, let me show you how to generate 56 leads a day on Instagram and build your network marketing business. All of a sudden there's a break, even though it's kind of maybe even the message that you're going to train on the webinar, there's a break and you're actually causing creative burden, and people have to figure out if they're in the right spot or not. The more identical the capture page is to your bio, the better. Yep.
Guys, do you guys notice anything unique or familiar, I guess, about the capture page and the bio?
Yeah.
Here's the bio. So I quit my job, travel the world, make 6 figures on social media. How I quit my job, travel the world to make 6 figures online. So the headline is slightly different.
They know they're in the right place.
But yeah, exactly what Steve said. So when someone clicks a link, right, and they read something like, that's interesting, I want that, and they click the link, they're making this little micro commitment in their mind to saying, I want that.
Yeah.
I want to learn that. Now, if my capture page is telling them on something totally different than what they already wanted, they're going to leave. This capture page converts at 75 to 80%. Why? Because I am giving them exactly exactly what I told them they would get. There is no confusion. They click to get it. Why wouldn't they opt in when they're here getting exactly what I told them they would get? There's no reason to leave.
Your job as an internet marketer is to fulfill on your promises, click by click.
Make promises, fulfill on those promises. That's what builds trust, rapport, friendship, without even talking to anybody yourself. So
exactly.
Does that make sense? Go into the comments, write congruency. If you get one thing from us, freaking ever.
Congruency is massive.
Ever. It is that.
The reason people don't buy, the reason people don't opt into your capture page, the reason people don't open your emails is because there's fear of the unknown.
Yep.
And congruency eliminates that. If they clicked on your link on Instagram and they went to a capture page that was broken with congruency and a different message, the trust is kind of a little bit weird. They're afraid that if they opt in, there's going to be even a different message than what you said on the capture page. So
and you're just not living up, right? When someone says, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and they don't do it, are you likely to trust them in the future much?
It's like little seeds of goodwill, little seeds of trust until they're looking at your presentation. They're 2.5 hours in, and they're pulling out their credit card and they're ready to get started.
One click at a time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, go into the comments, right? Congruency. Freaking huge, so important. And I know you guys are getting value. Oh, wow. Look at all these congruency. Love it, love it, love it.
I can't wait to check out all your Instagram
We
profiles.
are using multiple social proofings on the capture page. We've got the Facebook thing with 10,000, and it'll actually show their Facebook friends here.
It'll show the most engaged, I think, too.
Well, what it'll show is it'll actually show their friends is what this shows.
Their friends, like their most engaged friends, maybe?
No, that like my page.
Oh, okay.
Is what this is on my. So essentially, if their uncle liked my page and then their mentor liked my page,
it shows.
And they're on my capture page, they'll see the pictures of people they know.
That's beautiful.
Which is freaking. And then we have proof here.
I have the same setup. Proof's amazing.
And then we have proof popping up here, which is really cool. Right. Those are very side notes. What's that, Brandon?
Well, I just had some people were asking about that that little plugin where you see who's real time plugging in. Like I have that on my page. We've tried to get it into the system, but there's a few tech challenges with that. It's not really compatible right now. But for you guys that are wondering, it will be coming, and you guys will have the option to have that in.
Great.
Brandon,
it's great. You guys are gonna love it. We noticed a significant bump. We're now using it on our
very effective
capture
on order
pages
forms.
And order forms. Those are the two big places we're noticing the biggest increase on it.
And Brandon, thanks for keeping us posted, man. If you see any questions that really you feel resonate with where we're at and you think could provide some value, because it's a little tricky on my phone. I've got to refresh it when I do that. So Brandon, if you see anything that pops, man, we're more than welcome to stop and handle any questions.
Beautiful. Cool. So that's step one. That is the bio.
We drilled the bio pretty hard.
Did we hit? Do you guys get bio? Yeah, show yours. Do you guys get bio? And Stapes, I like what you did with yours here too. If you guys get bio, just write bio because it's big. Because it doesn't matter how many followers you get. It doesn't matter how good your content strategy is. If you don't generate leads from your Instagram, what's the freaking point? You know what I mean?
Right.
The bio is huge. You get the bio wrong. Everything we're going to be teaching here tonight, it's kind of like building like a triangle where everything matters. You know what I mean? Like a triangle, if you remove one of the things of the triangle, it's no longer there. So you've got to have all the pieces. Without just one, the entire show falls apart. But yeah, talk about yours for a second.
Yeah, I mean, me and Landon kind of have the same structure. You know, I put self-made entrepreneur here, see how I quit my job, travel the world as a full-time internet marketer, little palm tree, and then get your free 6-figure web class plus cheat sheet. It's the same page, just switched it up a little bit, and we really like using these pointer fingers. I mean, it's just like constantly just telling people where to look, what to click, what to do. And like Landon's page, very similar. See how I quit my job and travel the world, just like I said. And I added using nothing but Instagram and Facebook. And that's it. And then if you can see, Brandon, you see that button that says show me how? I put click here to reserve your spot underneath, just in case they didn't know that was a clickable button. And it's
that is direct response. And as you can see, this is Stapes' the people who like his Facebook fan page, and it's showing my friends. So I would pop on this page and it's like, oh wow, like my friends, Tarlise is here, Bo's here. And then that's trust. So that's pretty cool. But that is the bio. I'm sure a bunch of people are saying bio, so I'm not even going to check. Yeah, that would be great.
Are you hot?
I'm hot, dude. I'm chugging waters over here as fast as I can. But if you guys are loving it so far, let us know. So that's step one.
Got a question here I think would be good for you guys to address. So Mikhail is saying, what if you are just starting out and haven't benefited from the new business yet? So someone that is brand new, doesn't have results, can't say, hey, I've quit my job and traveled the world. What do you guys recommend for that?
I've got ideas. Landon's got ideas. What I did, who asked the question?
Mikhail.
Mikhail. What I do, Mikhail, is when I first started, instead of saying how I quit my job, I say how we.
Yeah.
Because I was part of a community and I represented the community and I really shared a lot of the stories, a lot of the people that were close to me in that community that I can reach out to and really be inspired by. And it's like, see how we quit our jobs, travel the world as full-time internet marketers. When they get to the message or the presentation or everything like that, I don't know if you guys have like bridge videos or anything like that where you can kind of share your story, but essentially people will understand where you're at, and it almost benefits more when there's a community energy around it. It's not just all about you.
Yeah.
And then when you get your first sale, you have results. When you start getting some momentum, you can start sharing that. But we all started, me and Landon both started with no results.
Yep.
So what we do is really laser focused on the newest story in your community, laser focused on the results that are being produced all around you, and leverage that. I hope that helps a little bit.
That's perfect.
What are you going to add on?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Leverage the community, just like Steve said.
Yeah.
Just like Steve said, especially if the sales videos are with the community who are quitting their jobs.
Yeah.
Like you can actually remove yourself from the situation in the beginning. Eventually, once you start getting sales and you have quit your job, then it can be about you. In the beginning, though, it's just about the people.
It's like, Brandon, you have an incredible story with your community. Do you tell me 100 people quit their jobs with your community, brother?
I think we're about up to that number. I don't
lost track. You lost track.
I literally lost track. Like,
see how 100 of my closest friends recently quit their job.
Yep.
Watching this video. It's good. I'm freestyling, of course, but you put a little thought into it, but leverage the community, leverage this amazing platform you guys have, this amazing story, like 100 people. That blows my mind. Like, that's incredible, guys. It's a huge resource for you.
Yep.
So leverage the community, leverage the power of the group. What were you going to add on?
That I have nothing left to say.
And we'll go into some deep copywriting strategies that I've used over the years to really share my story when I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Like I talked about my struggle a lot when I started, but I always planted a seed for the future. So I talk about how 2 years ago I opened up a book and it radically changed my life and inspired me to become an entrepreneur, but I didn't know where to start, didn't know who to trust. But I found a mentor, and for the first time in my life, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm talking to friends that are making $20,000, $30,000 a month. I didn't even think that was possible, but for the first time, it's real. And now I have an international global business at my fingertips, and I can't wait to show you more. Comment, show me the video if you want more information. We'll talk about how you can frame stories and really just be transparent and raw in your message without having to say you've made a single dollar.
Exactly. What's cool is what we're about. We're going to be showing you in a little bit with the content strategy is we're actually going to be pulling up the post that Staves wrote in 2015.
Yeah.
When he had a job, when he wasn't making six figures yet, when he was in a place to where many of you are at right now wanting to break through, and how did he write in a way that was compelling without having the results yet?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're going to be showing you guys here in a little bit. So we're really excited.
So that's a great question, Brandon. We'll hit that pretty hard here in a second.
And a couple of people were also asking, are these personal accounts or business accounts?
We have we have business accounts.
Yeah.
One of the big reasons why is it provides insights to your pages. Yeah. We've tested the personal account. We don't have a ton of data on which one is really best right now. We've heard that it's better to have personal, it's better to have business, but we love data.
Yeah.
We love numbers. What you measure grows. What you measure, it's so effective. And I've learned a lot about numbers hanging out with Landon over the past years, but you can touch on that, brother.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. When you have a business account, it gives you insight. So you can see how many impressions each picture is getting, how many unique people are seeing it, how many likes it got, how many comments. And we really love those insights. And switching over to a business account is easy. It's free to do. And that's what we did. But again, that's kind of up to you. I don't know if there's a ton of gain outside of that. You can also run Instagram ads right from the Instagram platform if you want to, if you have a business account, because it hooks up to your Facebook fan page. But that's kind of a small thing. So one thing that you want to do inside of your business is what we want to do is we want to major in the majors. So in your business and in your life, there's a lot of things. There's minors and then there's majors. And a lot of people, they focus on the small micro things, where what me and Stapes do is we focus on the majors. The most important things is having good content. Those are a lot. So what we want to do is focus on the majors. But that's
your
a
bio,
valid question.
Your content strategy, your imagery.
Yep.
Those are the big, and the automation process. Those are the three major things we focus on. And then we look at the minors and see what we can tweak and kind of enhance everything. But it's a good question, but the majors are really where you want to lean into. You want to start thinking about your bio. How can I craft a cool bio? How can I start putting some pictures together and telling some cool stories to draw engagement and draw attraction? So keep the questions flowing, man. Thanks for that.
I love it. I love it. And yes, you can switch over your personal account to a business account. You don't lose anything. Everything stays exactly the same. No one can even tell that it's a business account. It's really only for you. It just adds insights to your account is really the only difference it does. But that's number one. So number one is the bio. Number two is the biggie. Is followers, right? Because without a way to have new people liking, is it liking? No, following. It's following
and liking
and liking, having new people see your thing your Instagram account every day. It is the biggest, one of the most important things. The 100 new followers is what fuels everything. If my Instagram was static and I wasn't getting new followers every day, things would just be static. Go ahead.
Just you know, this is a question I guess I just saw. Make sure, yes, it is going to be, if you're planning on doing Instagram marketing, it's going to be a public account. It's not a private account.
Exactly. Exactly. Good call, Brandon.
Grab it. Jump in anytime because we want to make sure that we're answering those because, that's good.
And if
there's just some things that I think we assume, but, you know, again, like a lot of people on here have never delved into Instagram at all.
Right.
They're for everybody.
It's nice starting with a fresh slate. You're in a good spot for sure. It's going to be nice to start with a blank page, throw 6 or 7 pictures up there, get your automation running, put your content strategy together, get your bio. You'll actually notice, we actually did a test recently where I started a brand new account, fresh, from scratch. It was unbranded to me. It was a generic account, that kind of like a millionaire mentor account. I plugged in this strategy, plugged in the content strategy, plugged in the automation. I went from no pictures to 30 to 40 to 60 likes almost overnight. Like literally, I launched a new account. I had 4 pictures. Each one of them had 70 likes. I had people engaging, commenting. So when you do it right, it actually picks up fairly quickly for yourself. When you have the right hashtags and things like that, will teach you how to boost, how to kind of pop your post within the first 30 or 40 seconds in the marketplace. These questions are fire. Wow. You guys are rocking right now.
You guys are coming in so fast, so hot. We love it.
We're going to be doing, everyone that just joined, we're doing a full Q&A at the end. Brandon's kind of grabbing the highlights and letting us know. But we're going to do a full Q&A where we'll just stare at this Q&A, this chat box for 20, 30 minutes, and we'll go to town on all your questions.
Love it.
So
I love
keep them coming, though, Brandon.
I love them. So here's what we do for the strategy. So what we want is because we don't want to spend, again, we talked about it at the beginning, but we don't want to spend all day and night going and liking other people's Instagram accounts so they'll come and follow us. We don't want to spend all day and night on Instagram. We want to get those followers in an automated way, and we don't want to just buy followers somewhere either because that doesn't work. We don't want fake people liking our what's going on here?
I was trying to go back to Instagram.
Oh, Instagram's here.
Cool. That's what
I don't know. When Steve starts using the computer, my entire mind is like fried. There's stuff moving. If I went to school today, I'd probably be on some ADHD
You'd be ADD,
stuff. And so I didn't though. I don't know. So he was moving. But so what we do, here's how we do it. So we recommend 2 services. So what we do is there are actually services out there who will actually do that for you. Essentially what they do is they use automation to go like other people's pictures, to go follow other Instagram accounts in your niche. So a lot of you guys are actually in the similar niche to us, the entrepreneur type niche, the make money online niche, the business opportunity niche. Some of you guys are in very different niches. Some of you might be in a van life niche, or you have an e-commerce store. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. What you can do is you can actually choose hashtags. So for example, we could go like pictures for people who hashtag entrepreneur, or people who hashtag make money online. And what the services will do is they'll go like and follow other people that are in the same niche that you are in. And when those other people see that you've liked their pictures and that you followed them, what do? Well, they come back and they're like, who is like, oh, so Chris Stapleton just like this picture, and he just followed me, and he just commented on my thing. Let me see who this person is. They come back, they start looking through your pictures. They
like, interesting.
Yeah, they're like, cool. Wow. And then what they do is then they follow you back, right? And that's a real person. So it's not like the software is buying fake followers from Uganda, Africa. You know what I mean? Like that is a real person who saw you like their thing. They come over to your Facebook profile, they look through it, and they choose to follow you back. And some of them will even read your bio and be like, wow, that actually sounds pretty interesting. And they'll click the link. What we find a lot of times, though, is the majority of our pull and the majority of our leads are people who've been followers for a few days. They like to look at a few of our pictures. Consistency. They like to read a little bit of our story. They like to see what we're about first before all of a sudden just clicking on a link. It's a little bit different from a Facebook ad in that way, which is pure direct response instant. This is a little bit, it might take them a day or two. They might have to see a few pictures, and all of a sudden they see Staves at the gym. They see Staves working in his office. They see us at the pier. They see you doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden they're like, what does this guy freaking do?
Yeah.
And then they go into the profile and they're like, oh, wow, like that's freaking cool. Then they click the link.
Yep.
Does that make sense, bro?
And I'll give you a little tip here, kind of a micro tip, is we've tested this before and it works better. To use your name for your Instagram profile. Yeah. We've noticed that people just gravitate more towards people than brands, essentially. So like, let's say you're just starting your Instagram account and you notice that like make or get rich fast, your picture. You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, that's cool, I guess. But all of a sudden it's like Landon Stewart left a comment. Yeah. It's a little bit more gravitation, a little bit more, there's reciprocity there. So use your name, figure out a way, a combination. I had to throw my middle initial in because Chris Stapleton's a famous country singer who takes up all my domain names and all my social media profiles, and he does it all.
So you're officially Chris J, bro.
We're going for it. Like, I've talked to Chris Stapleton's manager about domains and stuff. It's funny. But yeah, I now use Chris J Stapleton, and I found, because before I had Freedom with Chris. Yeah. And it was fine. It was cool, whatever. But when I switched it to Chris J Stapleton, it started popping more. People were like, this is a real person behind the Instagram account. And they're more gravitated toward that. Yeah. And did you explain kind of like what a hashtag is? Like, did you explain that clearly?
No,
there's some new people here.
Staves, explain what a hashtag is.
So essentially, I mean, I've never really thought about explaining it before, but there's a lot of new people here. So essentially what a hashtag is a pool of people. It's a community of people that use these hashtags in their posts. So one of the strategies we do, and we'll show you kind of the batches of hashtags we use to boost engagement and kind of like launch a post out into the marketplace to get, what do you say, 10 to 20 likes in the first few minutes? Yeah. So we use a batch of Instagram hashtags here, and you can copy this one. Yeah,
essentially what a hashtag is an index. It's like a way for Instagram to index content. So this is the entrepreneurship hashtag. It has 5 million people 5 million posts have been posted about the entrepreneurship hashtag. And so what we do in our posts, and we'll get into this when we talk about the content strategy, but we use hashtags in our posts, and you can actually appear here in the index to where every person who looks up entrepreneurship, you see all these people are getting thousands of likes just for appearing as a top post under this hashtag. And we'll talk more about how to do that here in a little bit. But so
if somebody in this community, everyone watching right now, if you're on Instagram and you went and posted something on your Instagram account and then you put the hashtag entrepreneurship, this would be your picture right here. Yep. It would be right here. Now, if I refreshed it,
there's going to be 1,000 new ones.
It'll change. Actually, no, 3 just dropped. Okay.
In 30 seconds.
So we have automation in place, like Landon was explaining. We'll go into detail here on how it works. But we have automation in place that we plug in entrepreneurship into Yeah, that's Mitchell? Or?
That's Logan. That's Logan.
Oh, is that Logan?
Yeah, yeah.
We plug in entrepreneurship hashtag into our automated software, and our software will go and automatically like all these pictures on our behalf. And they'll even leave some comments if you like, and even follow some of these people. And we can plug in hundreds and hundreds of hashtags into the software that we'll introduce you to here in a second, that will take all the heavy lifting of engagement off of your hands. So I just wanted to frame like what a hashtag was.
I'm so glad you did, bro. I'm so glad you did, because that's exactly how that works. And so just like Steve said, so all of a sudden it goes and likes these pictures and it follows these people. And then they see, again, they get the notification. Chris Stapleton liked this. Who's Chris Stapleton? They check out Chris Stapleton like, wow, this guy looks pretty cool. I'll follow Chris Stapleton. And now all of a sudden your pictures are appearing in that person's feed. And now all of a sudden you're building a relationship with a total stranger, and you did it on autopilot. You didn't go and like his picture. You're not liking that. Like, it's doing it for you. So there are a few services we recommend. We are not affiliates of any of them. We don't make money for recommending them. These are just what we find work really well. They are what we use in our personal business. You only have to choose one of the two. Each one has pros and cons. We'll share what they are.
There's a lot of platforms that do the same thing too. So you can do your research. You can look at other things. If you got a buddy recommend something, check it out, whatever. But we'll show you the two that we use. But they're all doing essentially the same thing. You know what I mean? It's getting hot right now. People are using bots, but they're using bots in not the right way. A lot of them are using like weird comments and stuff like that. And we use it in a way that's, I think it's Instajam.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so just like Steve said, what we want to do with our business is we don't want to have an entire bot business. We aren't bots, right? So write this down too. This is a one-liner for you to write down. What we want to do is we want to combine high-tech internet marketing with high-touch human interaction. High-tech and high touch is the magic, because there's a lot of people who are really good at high touch. They're network marketers, and they go show up at your door or whatever, and they pitch you.
Charismatic.
Except the problem with that model is it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and you have to go through a lot of pain before you're good enough to get good at it. And there's a lot of people with high tech where they just rely solely on automation, but then it's not even real. You know what I mean? So we want to combine those two worlds, and when you combine them, magic happens. That's how you can meet some of your best friends online. Staves, did we know each other before internet marketing?
No. We met through the industry. We didn't meet on Instagram, but
we met at a live
event in the marketing space. I met Brandon Odom. I think we met at a live event too, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So
high tech, high touch. You'll meet your future business partners, your future friends. You could have the best man in your wedding be someone you meet on Instagram. That's possible. We saw someone who found his wife in a Facebook group. In an internet marketing Facebook group, he found his wife. So this can open up a totally new world for you. This isn't a pickup game, but you guys get the idea.
It's true.
And so here are the two services, though. Write these down. We have the full resources again for you. And we'll go over the pros and cons of both. Again, you only need one of the two. They essentially do the same thing, just in a little bit of a different way.
What I like about Instajam, and I thought they took away the free 3-day trial. I'm glad it's still here for the Team Phoenix. Because I would recommend just plugging into this sucker for 3 days and spike your Instagram account by a few hundred followers. You'll be surprised. Like, you plug this thing in and you're growing. Like, it works fairly effectively. And this is the one we use, and then you could talk about Instalex.
Yeah, we'll talk about them both. So here are the two names, and again, we have the resource with the links to them. If you want the links now, because I know some of you guys are like, I want to. So here's the link. So this Instalex.pro. So Instalex as spelled here, .pro. So it's not .com, it's .pro. I don't know why they used that ending. That wasn't smart, but it is what it is. So Instalex.pro. The other one is called Instajam, and that is at getinstajam.com. So those are the two links. Now I'll explain the differences between them. So Instajam is kind of like the luxury one. You know what I mean? So essentially, Instajam is 100% automated. You can literally go to Instajam. You just tell them your niche. So you could say, I'm in the cooking niche. I'm in the make money online niche.
See if you can click it.
I don't think it.
Does it open up a
niche? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Ask you what you want. I agree. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't allow us to show the niche, but it has a list of about 100 different niches.
Entrepreneurship, make money, Those are the two that we kind of tapped into, but it's got fitness,
cooking, any niche that probably every niche that you guys are in, if you're in a different niche outside of this, you'll find it. And you literally just pick the niche and they do everything. They do the keyword research for you. They figure out what posts to like. They figure out what kind of comments to leave. They literally do it all. Now, because of that, it's a little bit pricier than Instalex. So Instajam is $97 a month. Again, we aren't affiliated with either of these companies in either way. If you go to getinstajam.com, me and Stapes, you don't get a commission. We don't get anything.
It's just what we
He doesn't even know. It's just what this is the one we personally use in our own business because it is completely and totally automated. We get 100 followers a day. We do not have to do a thing.
Yep.
Not one thing. Not one. And so it's really, really powerful.
It's nice.
And
you can send them you can send them comments that they'll plug in for you. And when it comes to automating your comments, this is a kind of a little tip here.
Go ahead.
Don't take with your comments. Some people are like, hey, love your bio. Oh yeah, check out my bio. Or like, I love your page, but it's like, I've got a great business opportunity I think you'd love. Or, you know, when it comes to your comments and you're automating, you want to automate your human spirit. You want to be warm. You want to be welcoming. So some of the things I do for my automated comments is like, hey, keep up the hustle. Love what I see here.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, let's make it a great end to 2017. Like, keep that up. Like, you want to be a cheerleader. You want to be high-fiving people. You want to be just give, you know? And when I leave a comment that says, wow, I love what I see here. Like, keep up the hustle. It's like, dang, that's one of the nicest comments I've had in a while. Right? You don't want to just be like, cool.
Yeah,
nice
good
pick,
point. Yeah, no.
Thumbs up. It's like, give some spirit, give some energy to it. And you'll notice that people come in flocks back to your profile.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And this is just a philosophy to take with you in your life. Give first. A lot of people, they're takers, right? They come in and I get messages every single day, dozens of them from people on Instagram that are like, hey, just released this new binary compensation plan. You got to check this thing out. You only got to get 3 and they only got to get 100. And it's just like, and they try to take before I even know who they are. Right? In business, you give a little bit first, right? You got to give before you can, and we don't take, we ask. But you give before you can ask. You know what I mean? That's a great point. But yeah, we love Instajam because it's totally automated. You don't have to pick the hashtags. They do it for you. They do everything. Instalex, it does the same thing. So Instalex, it goes in likes, it goes in comments, it goes in follows. It does it all. It is just not fully automated. And what do I mean by that? With Instalex, you essentially do the same. And they now have a 3-day trial. I don't think they had that. It does the same thing. And it's only $13 a month. The difference is you have to choose the hashtags.
Yeah.
So you would have to go do the hashtag research, like, okay, who's in my niche? Entrepreneurship, and you'd have to go in and manually add in that hashtag. You could add in the hashtag make money online, home business, whatever. You could do
There's a little bit more legwork.
So there's a little bit of research that comes in, and my roommate, is not making quite as much. This is the one he uses, and it works for him great.
Yeah,
right?
It does work well. There's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
What's nice about this is you can see it working.
Yeah.
Like Instajam's a little bit out of our control. Like, you know, we plug in our bio. They do all the work. We don't even know what the heck's going on half the time. But here, a little bit more legwork, a little bit more time, a little bit more research, but you can really see your numbers and you can see like what's working and how it's working. So there's pros and cons to both. It's just kind of where you're at in your life and your business.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. If you want to go full in on Instagram and really, maybe this is the way to go. It's where you have a little bit more control.
Yeah.
And if you're in a space like me and Stapes, where we're already getting a bunch of leads from Facebook ads, and this is a part of our side hustle. You know what I mean? Because really, our vision for Instagram is not to make us $100,000 a month this month. Our vision for Instagram is to make us $100,000 a month 2 years from now.
Yeah.
We're building this not for 2017 Landon, but for 2018 Landon. We're building this for the future. And so now we're just building it totally on the side.
And to add on top of that, we're going to teach you how to make money while it's growing too.
Yeah.
So like the big plays, the long term, but we've got short term plays that come into place fast.
Yep.
Like we're going to show you guys how to create posts that generate you 10, 20 leads.
Yep.
You know, and Instagram, I mean, I've had $5,000 buyers come through Instagram, literally found my picture because I commented on his post.
Yeah.
I had an automated comment come on his post. He followed, he was like, cool, this is cool. Found my profile, read a few posts.
Yep. Saw
one of my posts that had a call to action with a little training I was releasing, opted into my bio, watched my webinar, applied to work with me. 2 days later, he spent $5,000 to work with me in one of the things I'm doing. From a stranger to a buyer in 48 hours.
And that's one follower. Sometimes it just takes one
and that's happened 2 times.
Follower.
Yeah.
So this is really powerful, guys. If this is making sense and you're loving it, let us know in the comments. You choose those like priests. Okay, we're getting a bunch of questions. We'll do a full Q&A.
It looks like Brandon's responding.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Brandon, for your hustle. I mean, Brandon's hustling more than me. Yeah, he's like.
I would highlight Cassie. Cassie's there. How many hashtags do you recommend following? Like if you're using
Instalex, some are bigger.
Wait, what did you ask? The last part, Brandon?
Oh yeah, on whichever one.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that's a great question. So Instajam, all you do is literally just sign up and you just tell them the niche. They pick the hashtags. They do it all. With Instalex.
Hundreds.
Yeah, you can do literally as many as you want. You can do literally dozens, hundreds.
We recommend
as many
hundreds.
As you want. And so literally, like, here's one thing you could do. You can go to Instagram.
Here's how we do keyword research.
Yeah, this is one thing you can do.
It's a nice little hack.
So we can go to Instagram, and you might be thinking of something else than what I'm even thinking of.
I was thinking
if
you search keywords and it shows you the most suggested.
Yeah, that's probably smart. So we have entrepreneurship, right?
Just type entrepreneur.
We'll do entrepreneur. Okay, so there's 350,000 posts, and then we can click on this guy's post, and bam, here's keywords right here. Here's a bunch of. I'm sure this guy's not using any hashtags. Here's a bunch of hashtags.
Yeah. So you can go and check out other accounts and kind of farm and see what's working. But one of the things I do is I'll go up here and I'll just type in entrepreneur.
Cool.
Oops. Wait, did you put the hashtag in?
No.
Hashtag entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think you just spelled entrepreneur wrong.
Did I just spell it wrong?
Yeah, that's not spelled right.
Is that right?
I don't know.
No, that's not right.
Okay, here we go.
So what I do, guys, is it's kind of like Google. Like if you go to Google and you type in a word, it'll actually show you the most searched results underneath your keyword. And it'll show you like what's the most searched using that keyword. So as you can see here, entrepreneur, 23 million posts. Right below it, entrepreneurs is right there with 4 million. Entrepreneurship, 5. Entrepreneurial, 350,000. Entrepreneur life. So what I would do is I would just go through here and copy all those. Look at that.
Hundreds.
That's one word. Okay. So then you can go, what's another word? Yeah, good one. Success. You type in success, if I can spell that one. Success. So success, 27 million posts. Success quotes, 1 million. Successful, 3 million. Success co, 77. I like to get hashtags that are over 100,000. So success tips, 245,000. This is what I would do. I would do this for 30, 40 minutes if you're going to do it manually, and you'll find many keywords. You'll have more keywords than you can deal with eventually. So I'd start by farming maybe some really popular keywords on some really popular pages first, because the guys that are doing big numbers, they know the best keywords to use. And then also what I do, one last tip on the keyword and the hashtags is I like to add outside of our niche hashtags that just get massive numbers. So for example, Instapic.
And so are you talking here when you're posting a picture or when in Instalex?
When I'm posting a picture, actually,
okay.
So now we're switching gears a little bit. So before we were talking about inserting hashtags into the software, and
and you could
maybe you can do why not? Because you're tapping into massive pools. But when it comes to posting, we like to batch usually around 20 to 30 keywords inside of our post to boost that post into the marketplace with some energy. So one of the things I like to do is if you look at Instapic, it's got 100 million people that post there. I like Insta Daily too. Insta Daily is a massive pool, massive community of people. And these are people that just love Instagram. There's actually people that will go to Insta Daily keyword, plug that into Instagram and just look at like posts. They'll look around, they'll check stuff out. So this is the ability to tap into massive pools. So let me show you an example really quick here. Oh, we're on Landon's thing. Let me see if I can find, let's see if Landon tagged me. Probably not, because It's not like we're friends or anything. Let me see. Jay Stapleton. I'm going to give you guys an example of what it looks like inside of the post. I know we're switching gears a little bit because we were talking about using the automated software. But for example, here, so this is a post I just made at the gym. We're going to teach you guys how to kind of be dynamic with your Instagram. You don't want to be too business centric because that's really boring. You want to be a dynamic person that likes music, that likes to work out. Show your hobbies, show your life a little bit. Take pictures of your family and stuff like that. But here's an example of hashtags in the post. So what I did is I have like a batch that I have in my notes here that I just copy and paste 90% of the time. But what I do is I like to add 1 or 2 hashtags that are relevant. That are relevant to the post. So I'll have 25 of these ready to go, but see how I add fitness motivation in there? And then I add fitness to the bottom here, and I add Insta good, and I add Insta daily. Those are just fuel. Those are literally just fuel to hit big pockets of communities to just boost. Usually our pictures get 20 to 30 likes within the first minute to 2 minutes. And it helps. It really helps with engagement. It helps with just social proofing and stuff like that. So that went a little deep into the hashtag game, but this is what we do. This is what we do for Instagood. Have you used that yet?
No.
Okay, it's a little dirty.
Yeah, but wow, like there's a lot.
600 million
Here's just one thing is that Instagram is not always PG. Sometimes it goes PG-13 / a little bit of R. So it's just one thing to be aware of. But yeah, does that make sense? So essentially, I mean, it's funny because the biggest part that everyone's like most curious about is like, how do you guys get 100 followers? Is also the part that's actually the easiest to do.
It is.
Like if we go to my Social Blade account, we showed you this earlier, and I was getting 100 followers a day, or I am getting 100 followers a day. Every single one of these followers generated by Instajam automatically without me doing a thing. And Instalex essentially does the same thing. There's just a little bit of manual labor with picking out the hashtags to use. You can also, another cool thing about Instalex is you can also have it use people instead of hashtags. So for example, Ty Lopez, right? You can actually have it go like and follow people who like and follow Ty Lopez, for example, who you know is in the niche. And so there's a lot of things you have a little bit more control with Instalex, and it's a little bit less money. And so it's really just, it's up to you. For me and Stapes, where we're at in our businesses right now, the more automation, the better.
Yeah.
That's where we're personally at. If you've got more time than money, Instalex is probably the model for you.
And the cool thing is you can try both. So I would recommend trying the 3-day trial here with Instagram because you'll get 300 followers overnight, like really fast. And then you can, if you want to test Instalex, you can put that on pause. You can hold that and then jump over to Instalex and test that and check out the back office. See what you like. See what feel that a little bit, but just be sure don't use both. You don't want to have 2 automated softwares on your Instagram profile because it'll show it's a red flag for Instagram. They don't want to see 2 I don't even know how they can tell, but it'll be a little janky, a little tricky. So you can only use one of them. So test both if you want, make a decision on what you love, and
I love it. And Stapes, look what he's using here, man.
Yeah,
click here to sign up. So he's using exactly what Stapes was talking about earlier, the call to action ingrained in to the button here. So that is beautiful. Are you guys getting value so far? Oh my gosh.
Some good stuff here.
The comments are just insane. I don't even know what to do. Yes, so the pricing, great question. Someone says pricing, it's $97 for Instajam, $13 a month for Instalex. What's that say?
No, it looks like Marissa helped us out.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, this is just amazing. Did I miss how to use Social Blade? Ben asked, if you missed the beginning of this webinar, Brandon is recording it. So for those of you who are just tuning in, are like, oh, I missed some stuff at the beginning. It's okay.
Essentially,
we got your back, but it's very easy to use.
That's just for market research.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is being recorded, so you'll be able to get the full recording of this. So if you've missed something, you got it. If you guys are getting value, just say value.
Gold. Good info. Thank you. Awesome.
I saw Jesse say, I'm getting likes and followers, just started it 15 minutes ago.
Who is this? Who is this?
Jesse.
Okay. See, I like your community already. You guys take action fast, and that is a big, big thing. The faster you move, the better it is. So
money loves speed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Money loves speed, Jesse.
That's somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay, yeah, find that because I'd love to apply it. Cool.
No, it's a robust program.
30 more followers from Cheyenne.
I'm sure there's a lot of things that work effectively. We're just Instagram's legit.
Yeah.
You know, it works for us. And
yeah.
I'm sure we'll be in a new thing 6 months from now.
Yeah, and that's a thing. So, okay, so this is a really important. I'm glad you brought that up. So this is a principle. So what we're teaching here are the three steps here are principles. So the principle is number 1, a good bio. Number 2, automated followers. Number 3, having a solid content strategy. Those are frameworks and principles. What falls underneath those frameworks and principles is the specific tactics and technology, right? The content strategy might change slightly a year from now. The technology we're using might change 12 years from now. The principles and frameworks 12 months from now, we're still going to be getting automated followers.
Exactly.
The frameworks and principles remain the same, while the technologies and tactics might change as time goes. And that applies to Instagram today, that applies to Facebook ads, that applies to everything. Live a principled life, not a tactic life.
I've got a quote to put icing on that.
I want to hear it.
You already know it.
Okay.
Technology is not the answer. It's an enhancer. Write that one down.
It's still good to this day. I
give
can't
Hoverson
beat
credit for that. Technology is not the answer. It's an enhancer to what you're doing. Always remember that. Because the real juice is in the messaging. It's in the content and the words that you use.
Yeah.
So, and those are the principles we hold down. I mean, direct response, we've got a stack of books behind our computer that we're going to pull out at the end of this webinar. Yeah, okay. Easy. We're going to show you some of our favorite direct response books when it comes to copywriting, learning how to cause triggers, psychological triggers for people to literally get their hands out of their pockets and click stuff and take action on stuff and really change their life.
Yeah, I like you use the word click. Because here's the thing, you're literally a buyer, right? That could be thousands of dollars in commissions for you or hundreds, whatever it is. That buyer is just clicks away from buying from you.
Yeah.
They're just clicks away. It's just a click on the link, a click on the capture page, a click on the order form. You're clicks away from getting rich.
And you can I love that. Your clicks to riches or something.
Yeah.
We can think of something fun for that. But we can actually reverse engineer. Like Brandon, you have a funnel right now. You've got a capture page that goes to an automated webinar that goes to maybe an application. You have a $99 buyer. You can actually count how many clicks are required for you to create a buyer. What is it? 4?
Talking about me personally?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You personally.
Crap, man, I haven't looked at that in so many months, I forget.
There's a few clicks. They're filling out their name. They're filling out their credit card information. But literally, guys, we're talking about clicks here.
Clicks. We want to make those clicks easy. We want to make our links clicky. You know what I mean? So
we'll show you the books that have helped us do that.
So that's number 2, though. That's number 2. And we are already an hour 45 in, and we are literally maybe 20%. So we've got to start speeding. We've got to kind of put in this hyperdrive as we go here. But if you guys are getting by, I hope you guys are loving it. So that's number 2, though, is the automated followers. There's actually not a lot to say on it. It's actually easy.
Yeah.
So number 3,
Jesse's already 30 followers in.
Yeah, we're already, Cheyenne has followers. Like, followers is actually easy. Now, what's the most important thing is the content strategy.
Yeah. Because
if you've got followers and you've got a good bio, but your content kind of sucks.
It's tricky.
It's tricky out there. In fact, it's harder to even get followers, even if they come to your page and then they see that you have bad content on the page. They might not even be as likely to follow you. So not only is content important for once someone's already following you, but it's actually important to have good content to get the follower in the first place. Because they're going to look at your page and see, do I want to follow this person? So it's really important to have a good, solid content strategy. And there's a few different things that go into our content strategy. It's really built in to 3 main things, 3 main components to our content strategy if you want to write this down. The first is memes. And I know when me and Saves, when we started on Instagram, we're not a huge fan of memes. Memes, when we look at them, they don't really inspire us much because and it's because we've been around memes and inspirational quotes for 10 years. We've seen them. We've read them.
It's exciting for the new entrepreneur, though.
Yeah. But the reality is there are a ton of people to where a meme with a quote is actual real value, and it inspires them. It uplifts them. It motivates them. And so that's the first part.
And I'll just add one little touch on that.
Yeah, do it.
You want to meet people on the platform they're on, and there's languages to each platform. So like the Instagram, one of the languages of Instagram is memes. It's actually how people communicate value. When people come to Instagram, they want to consume beauty, art. It's a place of consumption. It's one of the people actually come to Instagram to consume, not to buy. It's not a buying platform. It's a consumption platform. So you want to meet people kind of where they're at. They want to see the memes. Now we don't want to hide behind memes. And like be somebody like in a cloak behind the curtain, like, and not showing human touch, not having the high touch on your profile, not showing your smile, your face, who you are as a person. Like you don't want to hide behind memes. But you want to use them. You want to meet people where they're at. If that makes sense, go into the comments and comment meme and let us know, because that's crucial.
And what is a meme? Let me just first, because some of you might be like, wait, what is a meme? Let's just go to your profile here. Oh, wait. Oh, we are on mine. Okay, so it's working now on Chrome. So this is a meme. It's simple. The climb is tough, but the view is worth it, right? And I posted that 8 hours ago. It has 83 likes. And it's just a meme, right? And so those are what memes are. It's just
we've all seen them. We might not have known what it was, but we've seen
that's called a meme. It's just a picture quote is basically what a meme is. So that's the first part of our content strategy. The second part of our content strategy is using real personal pictures with us. Because guess what? We are real people with real faces, with real lives. We aren't just memes. We are real. We're doing stuff. And so we include real to show a couple of things. We want to show people that we are real. So yeah, you can kind of scroll through and you can see me hanging out with Lambos, hanging out with my friends, hanging out wherever, right? We have it all right here. And so I throw in real pictures of me almost every single day. And it's so that people know I'm a real person. I'm doing stuff because people like people, right? If you look at the most famous brands in the world, what do? They ride off of people. Apple with Steve Jobs, Wendy's with Wendy, KFC with Colonel Sanders. The biggest brands in the world.
Tesla now, I mean, even that's like a perfect example.
People like people. And so if you want people to really like you, especially in this kind of model, especially with the model where they're buying from you, it's different. If you're selling, the pens, for example, you might want to just have pictures of the pen. It's a spontaneous purchase. It's only a few bucks. But if you're in a high ticket type business, they will buy from you. They will. So we were at, here's a big example just to show you how powerful this is. We had an event, I believe this was in April. It was in Las Vegas in the Venetian. It was a beautiful event. We had about 100 people there. Every person in the room was a high ticket buyer. So they had spent at least $2,000 to $5,000 with us to be in that room. And we had a question for everyone in that room. And we asked people, why did you decide to buy? So we had people.
I think Brandon was in that room.
I think Brandon was probably there. So, what's that?
Yes, sir.
You're talking about that Vegas picture there?
Yeah.
No, actually, I wasn't there for that one.
No, that was a different event. This was
the same event. I just wasn't there.
Okay, gotcha.
I think he might have been in the room. It was in
the
Vegas.
Other room. Yeah. Okay.
But tell the story.
Yeah. So we asked people one by one, why did you decide to buy? Because it's really a useful strategy for figuring out why people buy. Is asking people who have bought, why did you buy? And so we did that. We asked everyone, why'd you buy? And guess what their answers were? Go into the comments and just guess. Was it the benefits?
Webinar.
Was it the sales presentation? Why did they buy? Here's what and it was probably 80 to 90% of people. Here's what they said. Someone's name. They said, I bought because of so-and-so. I bought because of Brandon. I bought because of a human. Humans buy from humans, especially in the high ticket game. Some of you are in that game, some of you aren't. But if you're in that high ticket game, they buy from humans. They want to buy from you. They named a name. And so that's why I show me, because I know that my high ticket buyers, they're going to want to get to know me a little bit. That's number 2. And then number 3 is on top of the personal pictures is our personal stories. Yeah. So it's telling stories. We're going to show you examples of that from Stapes, who's a really good storyteller. It's sharing our own personal stories because no one does it on Instagram. A lot of people on Instagram are sharing memes, and that's great. It's value, and people love it. A lot of people on Facebook are sharing their pictures. Not a lot of people on Facebook or on Instagram, are telling stories.
Memes get likes. They draw in likes, but they don't move people. Yeah. Like, they don't truly move action. It's all of the posts that drive leads and drive revenue are story-based posts with pictures of me and call to actions. And we'll go through that here in a second.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk for a second about, let's go through these one by one and how to do it. So what do me and Stapes do? Our overall content strategies, we do 3 posts a day. And some of you might be like, well, that seems like a lot. And each post takes about 5 minutes to do. Yeah. And so these they don't take a ton of time, but you could start off at 1 a day. In fact, probably if you're under 1,000 followers, I'd probably just do 1 a day. Because if you're under 1,000 followers, all those followers are going to see them all at once and they're going to see everything. The reason why we do 3 a day is because sometimes people use Instagram in the morning. Sometimes they use it in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening. So when we do 3 a day, we're actually hitting different pockets of people. Yeah. And so that's one of the reasons we do it. But if you're at under 1,000 followers, probably just 1 or 2 a day. Once you cross that 1,000 followers mark, then you can move into 3. That's what me and Stapes have done. Yep. And so we do 3 a day. And our strategy is essentially this right here. So let me scroll back a little bit. Here's essentially our strategy. Our strategy is essentially 3 types of posts. So we do a picture post with myself, number 1. Number 2, we do a value-based meme, which is a pure give. So it's just like, sometimes the best therapy is a long drive, good music, good company. It's just a pure give, a pure quote. Yeah, just which it did well. 120. So it's just a pure quote. And then the 3rd post of the day is an ask. What's your dream? I ask people. If you could sit on a bench and chat with for 1 hour, who would you sit there with? If you could pack up right now and leave, where would you go? So it's kind of like an ask. So I have 1 a day that's just a picture of me. That's just for people to see who I am. 1 a day that's like a value-based post where it's a meme with value. I'll show you in a second how we create these memes. Like, how do we create stuff like this? Like, tag someone who changed the world. How do we create that? We'll show you here in a second. Yep. And then the final one of the day is an ask. Like, hey, that spurs engagement. We get people tagging their friends, answering questions.
So all these are engagement, right? Comment your card. Yeah. Tag someone who changed the world. Where are you from? What is your job? Comment a book that changed your life. These are all getting 10, 13, 15 comments each. And it spikes your engagement, and Instagram loves engagement. I'll actually show your pictures to more people. And I mean, you start actually building an audience. You start building a community of people. You'll notice, like, when you first started this, you'll notice, like, the same name maybe pop up. And then all of a sudden there's 2, 3 guys or girls that are, like, cheering you on. All of a sudden you have, like, 5 or 6 super fans. Like, people that are just all over your stuff. Good point. And those are the people that opt into your email list. Those are the people that watch your webinars and eventually work with you.
Good point. And you'll notice that when do I get the most comments? When I ask people to comment, right? I get about 3 to 5 when I don't. When I do, I get 10 to 15, 13 more.
That's
funny. And
so
when you ask people to comment, they comment, right? When you tell people what to do, they tend to do what you ask them to do.
Like, what is your job? They're like, well, I'm this. And then they don't type. They just say it probably.
Yeah. And so does that make sense so far, though? And we're going to show you guys how to create. Good. I mean, I can't keep up with the comments and questions in here. This is unbelievable. So let's show you guys how to create this stuff. So again, we do 3 a day. If you're just starting, you do 1 a day, 2 a day. You can do whatever you want. We have just found that to maximize impressions, reach, and engagement on a day-to-day basis, 3 is the magic number. Once we cross 30 or 40,000 followers, we'll probably increase that to around 4 a day.
What does it look like for you in the morning? You wake up, you make a post. Do you have it kind of ready?
Yeah, I have it ready. So what I do is I batch all of my work, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. So the first thing is, how do we find these cool pictures? Like, if you look at that, like, that's freaking cool, right? It's like this really cool image. How do we find these cool images, right? Because as you can see, these are my own. So I'm not just grabbing memes from other people. And sometimes I do. Sometimes a Millionaire Minter has something I like. I'll grab Millionaire Minter. That's more reality there. But what I do is I actually create my own. So, and the reason I do this is now when someone saves this and shares this on their profile, guess what? Has my hashtag in it. So I get organic, viral exposure from other people outside of myself.
It happens every day.
Every day.
People save our pictures every single day, and then they repost it, even on their Facebook sometimes.
We
on
see
their,
them
on their
Facebook.
Instagram and stuff. So it's compounding over time.
We've
been doing this for a month, 2 months now. It's been working well, and we've noticed like our pictures popping up here or there. So use your name. Throw your name on that. We'll show you how to do it.
We're going to show you. So here's the resource, and there are a lot of it. You could go to Google and just type in royalty-free images. This is the site we like, though. This is a site. It's called unsplash.com. And again, we have the full resource for you guys.
Look at these pictures.
But this site, it's unsplash.com. These are royalty-free images. What does that mean? It means that they are free. That artists take the photo and they upload it to the site for anybody to use. So we're not stealing pictures from Google. This is free.
Look at this one. That's in our niche, huh?
Yeah.
You guys can go grab that one.
Right now, I mean, these pictures
are all usable.
Beautiful. Oh, every one.
You could talk about travel here.
These are just beautiful. And this is just, we haven't even searched anything. So if you go up, you can actually search whatever you want. So I'll just type in beach because I'm a beach guy. So I'll type in beach, and there's 8,000 photos. I think I could find some pictures for a while. You know what I mean? I mean, look at these. These are high def, beautiful. Unsplash.com. And these are free, so you don't have to pay to use them. Like,
what's another good one, like in our niche? Is success one or entrepreneurship?
Oh, I mean, we could type in anything.
One of the things
type in success.
Me and Landon did is we sat here. There you go. Look at that. We sat here when we decided to do this strategy, and we spent probably about 20 to 30 minutes just farming pictures.
Cars.
Sourcing pictures. Type it in luxury, success, business.
Look how beautiful
entrepreneurship.
that picture
That's
is.
Nice.
I'm going to have to snag that for my own. You know? And so this is where we get all of our images.
And what I recommend is one of the strategies we do, and kind of it's a productivity secret, is batching your work. So essentially when we say that, what we mean is we sit down and we'll get 100 pictures and we'll throw it into a document. Then we'll get 100 quotes that we can find. We actually check out other Instagram profiles with cool quotes. We open up our books, we find quotes. We type in cool entrepreneurship quotes into Google, and we find all sorts of cool quotes. We use our own verbiage sometimes, and we just get creative. We get 100 quotes that we want to use. And then we have 100 pictures and 100 quotes, and that's when we sit down and we just match them. We just match the pictures.
Exactly. So we basically do, on a Sunday, we spend 3 hours on it, and it gives us all of our images for the entire month. So I'm not waking up every morning like, oh shit, I got to have a picture on Instagram right now. I don't even have a quote. Like, I've already, like, here, I'll show you. I'll show you my Rolodex.
It's actually like, we were actually getting, like, it was fun to do it. And it's nice because it's focused work. It's, you know, it's nice to just focus on a task for a little bit. You know what I mean? And get things rocking.
So here's my Rolodex, right? So I created all of these all at one time. Dozens of them.
You haven't even used half of these.
No, I haven't used a lot of. I literally created.
Look at this.
There's like, I mean, and then so I had a bunch of quotes and a bunch of images, just like Safe says. Then I match, and we'll show you how to do this. I can't wait to use this one. I'm going to post this one on daily workout.
Think training's hard, try losing. That is good.
Yeah, and then it's like what we see depends mainly on what we look for. I've got James Bond.
Now, the software he has right here, is this Keynote?
This is just simply Keynote. So this is a free, this would be like PowerPoint for those of you on PC. You can also use a service. It's called Canva. And you can go to it. We'll have the link for you guys. It's canva.com. It's also free. We really like Keynote though, or like a PowerPoint, because it's so easy. So what we do is we create the image, and then I take a screenshot of it. So there's probably a way to do that on PC. With Mac, I can just take a screenshot of this image right here, and then I just email it to myself. And then I have that on. Then I open up that email on my phone. I'll have 10 pictures. I download all of them on my phone. I post them onto my Instagram account. So that's how we do it. And so essentially, what we do is just like Safe said. So I had. At one time, I had like 10 of these pages. I have to go and redo it soon, but I had like 10 pages full of quotes. And so I had 30 or 40 quotes. And then I had, 80 or 90 pictures. And I just matched. So I took, the one with training, and I matched that with a training quote. And I took one, like this one, what comes easy never stays. And it's a, and so I just matched it. So there's
and I'm telling you, that little bit of refinement, that little bit of thought goes a long way on Instagram. Quality beats quantity. Every time on Instagram. Like I said before, Instagram is a platform of beauty and quality. The higher quality images, And the more relevant the images are, like, where are you from? It's got a map on the dashboard. You're traveling through the Andes. It's like, come on, you gotta get better than that, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, and spending just a little time. Like, look at this. Good things are coming down the road. Don't stop walking. A road, of course, going into the universe. Like, give me a break.
So that is how
and you know, it doesn't take much.
No, it's just, so what we do is we get a bunch of quotes, a bunch of pictures, and then we just match them together.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the easiest way versus me looking at a picture. It's like, okay,
I got to go find a quote about universe.
Yeah, I just matched. I had a bunch of quotes, a bunch of images. And then what I do is I just add like a gray, oh wait, I don't know if that one has it. But essentially I add a gray box over the top that kind of makes it darker. See, like if I delete that, it's a little bit harder to read. So what I do is I add this, like you see, it's like a black box over the top that makes the font easier to read.
That's a ninja tip.
Yeah.
That's a refined tip.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening, maybe they have a busy business. Maybe they're like, there's a lot of things going on. Maybe they're like, how am I going to do this? Yeah. You pay somebody to do this stuff. Landon, you paid somebody how much?
Yeah, I was paying him $2 an image.
$2 an image, and is that the going
and
rate?
And that would be 90 images a month, be about $200 for the month, which for me is worth.
And you didn't have to touch it.
Yeah, I didn't have to do
Brandon,
a single thing.
You're looking at this like, man, like you got a community, you got your Facebook ads rocking. Like, Brandon, you pay someone to do this. You give them 10 examples. Maybe even you can like get the pictures or something if you want to pick up.
I do a lot of this stuff. I do a lot of this stuff for my dance business, and I like doing it.
Yeah, isn't it? It's fun.
I like to do them myself.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it actually is fun. When me and Landon started, I like taking pictures. I have a little bit of a photography background, too, so I do enjoy it. But yeah, you got options here.
Okay, so we got some other good questions coming in. So it said, this is just, it doesn't look like you credit the original speaker in the quote. Is that okay? Yeah, so here's how we get the quotes, because these are great questions. So it's like, where do you guys get these quotes? So where we get the quotes is from other Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
That's where we get the quotes.
And where do they get the quotes? From other Instagram accounts.
They're just making like
we're friendly on Instagram.
Yeah. And so we're just grabbing other Instagram quotes from other people is what we're doing. So all of these quotes, these aren't like, it's not like a Benjamin Franklin quote. Like if we got like an Elon Musk
quote. There's a lot of metaphors to find.
Yeah, these are like, these aren't real quotes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just like
a lot of them are anonymous. Like if you go to Google and type in entrepreneurship quotes, one of the big sites is like goodquotes.com. I think it's something. 70% of those are just anonymous. They're just clever. They make you think a little bit.
Obviously, if I grab an Abraham Lincoln quote and it's a well-known quote, I'm going to cite the source.
Yeah,
that's important to do.
And, you know, sometimes you just snag pictures from Daily Dose or Millie Mentor or whatever.
This is motivated mindset.
You dump them right on. Like, Landon didn't take that. You could have taken that quote and put it on your own picture that day. You're like, look, there you go, motivatedmindset.com.
And this is good for me because I was like, oh no, I don't have any more pictures on my phone. I'm just gonna post this one. So it's good for me because it bought me time. It's also good for Motivated Mindset. Why? Because now this is extra viral organic exposure for this person's brand.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for both of us. Does that make sense, guys? Does that answer the question? They're saying, okay, I get it. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can find anonymous quotes. And then we have a good question here. Do you share these posts on your Facebook account too? You can. Typically, we don't. So what we like to do.
I like to pick the good ones, though.
And you can. Yeah. But what we like to do is we actually, and this is like meta, big strategy, but we like to have unique content on every platform.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to have our Facebook content different than our Instagram content, our YouTube content different than, and the reason we like to do that is so that people have to follow us everywhere. If they want to get all of our content, they have to follow us everywhere. They're going to get stuff from us on Instagram. They won't get from us on Facebook, so they need to follow us on Insta.
We just recently discovered that through Russell Brunson, right?
Yes, Russell Brunson.
So those of you who know Russell, he's a little internet marketer out there. He owns ClickFunnels.
Tiny guy. Barely makes any money. Struggling.
Yeah, he doesn't do much.
You probably haven't heard of him.
Yeah, he's awesome. We actually use his software, ClickFunnels. We processed like $1 million with his service. We got a gold plaque. He's a really cool guy. We're actually gonna go meet him in March. But he actually did a split test, and he was actually doing duplicate content. You know, there's a term we use, Brandon, you might have heard of it, called repurposing. Yep. So you can repurpose content, like you do a webinar, you can dump it on your Facebook, you can take a snippet of it and put it on Instagram, you can put it on YouTube, the same stuff everywhere. But what Russell actually found out and he tested, he said, like, when I started doing unique content for each platform, I noticed my subscribers and my engagement spike on everything. Yep. Because all of a sudden, you look a video up on Facebook of Russell, and he's talking about something different. You go over to his Instagram, and he's hanging out with his kids.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
And what do? You engage on his Facebook, and then you engage on his Instagram. Now, if it was the same picture on Facebook and then the same picture on Instagram, if you're a super fan, you like it all. But most people just like, they like it once and then kind of call it a day. Like, you're not going to go to each platform and like, so it's different messaging for each platform. And it's a subtle tip. But it's all about omnipresence, and Russell split tested it, and Russell is the king of split testing.
Yep.
So we found that it works.
You can obviously repurpose some of it. Like,
totally.
if I have something on Instagram that I love and it's a personal picture of me, I'll post on Facebook too. It's totally fine.
I like to take the most popular ones on Instagram and then put it on my Facebook.
So like, Instagram's kind of a testing ground for your Facebook account.
It's a huge testing ground for writing, for testing messaging, because I'm posting 3 times more on Instagram than I am on Facebook. So it is, yeah, it's a testing ground.
There we go. So I hope that answers the question again. We'll do a full, I mean, we got to speed here.
Let's keep it rolling.
So that is, how do we do it? Well, we grab the picture from Unsplash. So we go to unsplash.com, we grab the picture. What we do, and again, what you can do is you can go to Canva, you can edit there. I mean, there's a lot of places you can edit the image.
Do we have a document we can give Brandon? And
yeah.
Okay. So you guys will have
all these resources.
Will have a list of everything.
Wow. Look at this web. Wow, they really did something great here. Like, cool. I am moving the background image of this page.
You like the small thing.
How do we get this, bro? I'm telling you what, this will increase conversions, dude. I know it.
I mean,
okay, yeah, I'm a nerd. I am a total geek when it comes. So this is Canva.com. It's a totally free service that you can edit pictures. It even has an Instagram template where you can literally put the image right in and it'll make it the exact size for Instagram, which Instagram is a perfectly square image. So that's why this is perfect square. And so we like doing it in Keynote. However you want to edit it, though, is kind of your own.
There's a ton of different ways to do it.
Yeah.
And do you want me to share the bonus?
Yeah, share. No, yeah, share.
So one of the what?
Yeah, share.
Okay, so what I'll do, so that's the memes, right? Yeah. Those are where you obviously snag pictures, throw quotes on them, but then it's like, well, what do I do for like my pictures of me? Like, what do I do for that? Yeah. What do we do there? Well, I actually have a bonus that I put together for you guys. I'm going to give it to Brandon at the end of this. It's called the 7 Do's and Don'ts of the Perfect Picture. It's a 20-minute training that I'll give you kind of my formula for making pictures look great. Whether you're taking selfies, whether you're out at lunch having a good sushi meal, whether you're hanging out with your friends, whether you're on vacations. One of the things you'll learn when it comes to Instagram is you want to capture your experiences as you're out and about. So this is like this isn't vlogging where you're recording everything you're doing, but essentially I want you to put on your photography eyes if you're going to take Instagram seriously, and you can capture different moments throughout your life, throughout the day that are inspiring, that you kind of repurpose and you tell stories that you weave into your life and into your experiences. So I've got a training, it's called the 7 Do's and Don'ts of the Perfect Picture. I'm going to tell you how I edit my pictures, how I frame my pictures, the lighting, all the orientation of how I take pictures, and how you guys can too. So I know there's people on here that are like, I just don't know how to take pictures. I don't know how to really frame it right. I'll take care of you guys. There's a free training we'll give you as just a thank you for having us on. So
beautiful. I love it. And again, we do have the resources for you guys. We've also got, so obviously the third thing that we do on Instagram is we tell stories. So we use the description. That is virtual real estate. Those are where you can write words. And so I'll just open these up and we'll do the example. So we'll do this is the real example, or this right here, or this as the real example for writing and all that. But we'll just show kind of what we mean. So essentially, instead of Stapes just writing, a 1-line description, he wrote a full story. Was this did you have people comment on this post, Stapes?
Yeah. I mean, this was when I was first getting momentum in my business. Yeah. I had a really tiny email list. I had nobody on my team. I was making no money, but I knew that if I can separate myself from everybody else hiding behind memes, I can make it work. I knew that if I can just be transparent and share my real story, people will gravitate toward it. So this is actually a picture. This was me at work. So my background, I'm a bartender by trade. I worked at the bar for 10 years straight. I was a server at a Mexican restaurant. I was being mentored by the millionaire who owned the place, and I stayed there for 10 years straight. But I was building my business really aggressively over the last about year and a half at the restaurant. So someone actually took a picture of me when I was working on my business.
Yeah.
When I was working, so they didn't know like why I was on the phone. They thought I was addicted to like Facebook and Tinder or something, right?
Yeah.
So do you want me to read this?
I mean,
it's okay. Just
we've got a lot to share.
So we're gonna give them the slides. Right?
Yeah. So
you guys can come back to this.
Link.
But you'll notice here, this is pure transparency and just literally telling my story.
Here's what I would do if I were you guys. So one of the things I did when I first, let me ask you guys this. How many of you guys are super freaking serious about winning big as an internet marketer? Go into the comments and just write serious. If you're like, and I'm not talking like you're like, I kind of want it, but like how many of you guys are super freaking like, I'm going to do whatever it takes, whatever Landon and Safe say to do, I'm going to freaking do. If you're that person, write serious. And here's what I would do if I were you. One of the things I did when I first got started as an internet marketer is I would go find really popular and really well-written sales copy, sales material Facebook posts. I would read them and I would handwrite them out. I've actually have at my house, I have full notebooks where it's literally just me handwriting other people's words. Why? Because when you read good writing and you write it yourself, you learn, like, do you see how this writing has a cadence? It's not just writing. It's not just a story. It actually has a cadence, a flow, a style. And this is really, really well written. And when you write it, you learn the cadence, the flow, the style of well-written writing. Because what we learn in school about writing is not what moves people.
Yeah.
Right? Tell them that is not what moves people to action. It's emotion, it's cadence. And you almost want to at times be grammatically incorrect to move people. And so I would go to these posts. We have two of them.
That's 8 broken sentences in a row.
Yeah, but look how fast it moves.
Yeah. No,
it's moving you down the chain. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And we could talk about copywriting for literally 8 hours.
Yeah, dude.
We could talk
copywriting
all
is our
What were you going to say those tapes? I would say read this and write it yourself in a notebook and just get the cadence, the story, how he does it.
I want to just give a quick example because I forget her name. She asked, like, what do we talk about when we haven't had results? This is it.
Yeah.
This pic, I'll read it really quick. This pic was taken 6 months ago, sitting outside on break on my job, focused on building my online business from scratch. My coworkers unknowingly snapped this picture of me because I used to get teased a lot from always being on my phone. But what most people didn't know, that I was pursuing my career as an internet marketer, day in and day out. Day in and day out. When I wasn't working, I was building my business. Early mornings, before work, on my lunch breaks, after work, late nights. And even though people doubted me, mocked me, and said stuff that this stuff will never work, I continued to invest every spare hour of every day. That every day was filled with progressive activities designed to get me closer to my goals. Creating content, writing emails, recording videos, engaging with my audience, reading, studying, implementing. Have I said anything about making money? You know what I mean?
Is he talking about traveling around the world here?
And I don't even know if I did. I
think at this point you were starting to get a few sales.
Okay, so I was starting to get leads. I'm actually talking about growing my email list, generating my first 3 to 6 leads. I'm telling the story.
Yeah, 3, and he's not saying big. He's not saying I'm making 3 to 6 grand a day. He's literally saying I'm getting 3 to 6 leads a day.
And go to the comments.
Yeah. So then he's told people, hey, if you love it, you're vibing, you want more information, comment. And let's read the comments.
It's like people are going deep. I mean, most understated part. I mean, people look at this, like people are responding.
Those are real. Those are not bot comments. Those are real, and by not bot as in paid for, but bot. B-O-T.
Yeah, I haven't read these
those
in a while.
Those are real comments.
And those are leads. Those are people that turned into leads. Do you want to go to the other one?
Yeah. I'll pull up the other one. And again, we'll give you guys both of these. And you can read them, write them.
And these are all over my Instagram profile.
Yeah.
Landon has a few floating around too. But like, for example, here, I took this picture at work. This is actually my coworker. This is me holding a picture of my coworker's face. And I thought about this at work. Like, I thought about this whole post at work. I actually wrote it at work too. And this was at the Mexican restaurant. I used to hide behind my screen when I first started marketing online. You see the congruency between the screen? That's what you do with memes. And that's anytime you can do that with your pictures, it's better. And that's me holding my phone in front of my face with a picture of my friend's face. Being in front of the camera wasn't easy for me. I felt insecure, nervous, ugly, weird, not good enough. It just didn't feel natural. But I remember my millionaire mentor saying, Chris, turn on the camera and go make some unique content. Show your personality. That's your next step to getting results. And even though I really wanted to be successful and build a thriving business online, I avoided the spotlight for months. So I hid behind the wall of Facebook, liking, scrolling, and observing. I crept around in the shadows of Instagram, disguised as memes and inspirational quotes. I see a lot of people doing it today. I tucked myself away in the corner. So, I mean, do you guys feel how much like pain I was sharing?
It was
like all emotion.
Real life, right? And I'm sure none of you guys have ever had any pain in your life.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, share the real life, the real emotion. Emotion is what moves people to purchase products, to follow you, to become a friend, a fan, whatever you're looking for in that relationship. Being real, honest, transparent with people. Why? Because like nobody is.
Yeah.
Everyone else on Instagram is telling lies. You know, they're taking pictures of the cash that's in their hand, and then they have to go put that in the bank to pay rent. They're lying. When you are honest, you stand out because hardly anybody is. And Brandon obviously is. He's freaking.
Oh, he's the light.
He says it exactly how it is, and that's what we love about you, bro. But this is amazing. I would seriously read this,
and we'll give you the framework.
And so what we're going to do here in a second is we're going to give you our launch sequence that you can use to launch on Instagram with a story, and you can launch on Facebook if you guys have Facebook audiences, because many of you do. You can use it to launch right now, and we're going to give you a fill-in-the-blank template that uses these types of strategies and a framework you can use to write stuff like this in the future. But if I were you, I would read these posts. I would literally handwrite them and study them because these work. And when you write like this, it's going to make your Facebook ads better. It's going to make your emails better. It'll make your captures better. Everything in your life will instantly bump up a notch when you learn how to write the way Stapes is writing in this poster.
Exactly. And I just want to touch on one more piece because it's super important, super critical. Why these are valuable, why these stories are powerful is because at the end, obviously it gets people engaged in your story. It gets people to know, like, and trust you. But the call to action is critical. We do probably, I'd say in the average week, maybe 2 to 3, maybe 1 to 2, 2 to 3 really great story posts with call to actions, because those will spike leads. As you notice, like I have I think dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of comments.
So Stapes says if you want more,
that's view all comments. 71. Yeah. So, okay. So at the end, I tell that whole story about my spotlight resistance. I say, if you want to see exactly how I reversed my spotlight resistance and started making daily commissions on Instagram, say yes below, and I'll send you a tiny video. I made like a little 6-minute video. It was nothing. I had yes. People, this is me. It looks like responding. But yes, pick fire, bro. So these are me. These are people. And this guy actually ended up joining me in the business, which is awesome. And just these are 71 comments.
That went from a guy looking at an image and being like, oh, wow, that's a cool pic, to reading your thing and being like, wow, that story really resonates with me, to writing yes to purchasing a product.
Yep.
From a stranger to purchase within this framework in this form.
So let's dive into the framework.
Let's do it.
Brandon, are you feeling it, bro?
Is this value or what, dude? I don't know.
Love it.
You guys getting any value? Cool.
I mean, I love it from Brandon is almost like a standing ovation from anybody else, because Brandon doesn't mince words here.
Appreciate you guys.
Love it. They're saying this is great, Kaya. Love this. We're totally going to respin it. Marissa says Mikhail loves it.
Yeah, feel free to model it.
Joy, Ben, Taylor, Emily. Oh, you guys are freaking incredible. Seriously, thank you for letting us be a part of this, man. This is beautiful. And you guys will have both of these. We have the links. You can just tap them, click them. They'll go right to it. And we have all the resources that we talked about here tonight as well. But we want to get into the final phase of tonight.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest parts. What we've taught you so far is how you can go start getting 100 followers a day on Instagram. That's going to be an asset for you 30 days from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 24 months. It's going to be an asset that could actually serve you for the rest of your life. And so it's really powerful, because even if something happens to Instagram and there's a new social media network, guess what? You can take that audience to a different network. Here's the thing. Social media was invented in our lifetime, and it will exist throughout the rest of our lifetime. How freaking amazing is that? Social media is not going anywhere. It is, once it was unleashed on the world, it is here to stay. And it might change and evolve as time goes. It could be more virtual reality. It might change and evolve, but it is here to, what it is now, the social component of life, is here to stay. And so what we've taught you so far is how to grow your Instagram account, how to get leads on your Instagram, how to write compelling stories, and we touched on that for a second. Read that. What we want to do now is two things. Number one, we want to
real quick, Landon. And I don't know if maybe you had this rolled in. You didn't really cover anything about going live on Instagram, or maybe a video strategy. Do you have any kind of tips or tricks or insight on that?
Great question. Great question. So here's what I personally do with, so on Instagram, there's two types of video modalities. So there's number one, where you can actually go on your Instagram and you can just upload a video into the picture spot. So you can upload a square video and it can only be 60 seconds. We do that. I probably do a video on my Instagram maybe once every 2 weeks or so. How often do you use a video?
About the same. It just depends what's going on.
About the same. So we do add in some video into the mix. It makes it dynamic.
Yeah, it makes it dynamic. We notice pictures just get more engagement.
They're just easier. Yeah. They're easier to like. They're clickier.
It's less commit. It's like for someone to like a video, they actually want to kind of watch it. And if they're just, they can't connect to it, if it doesn't play, it's like, well, all our videos have way less engagement than any of our pictures.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have. It's nice to integrate in. It's nice for them to hear your voice if they haven't heard it before. It's nice for them to see you smile on video and maybe share an insight or two, or share some things going on with your life. So definitely integrate them in. That's a great question. You want to talk about stories?
Yeah. So then the other way to go live is with stories, and actually Instagram Live, which is through the story platform. So when you go live, it's not going live onto your profile. It's going live onto the story platform, which is essentially like a Snapchat. So for those of you who are new to Instagram, basically what Instagram did is they looked at what was happening on Snapchat. They're like, that's freaking sick. They tried to buy Snapchat. Snapchat said no. They said, fine, we'll create our own. And they did. And it's cool. So here's kind of what me and Stapes do with our stories. We probably do a story probably daily, every couple of days for sure. We've got stories. What I do with mine is I keep my stories mostly just about my real life.
Yeah.
So I'm not, and every now and then I'll be like, hey, here's one tip. Every now and then I'm a business guy, but a lot of times it's like me doing fun stuff. Like whenever I was in LA, I was doing stories for everything. Hey, I'm eating. Hey, I'm hanging with the friends. Hey, I'm on the Santa Monica Pier. Like when I'm doing fun things, I like to show people a more dynamic side of me. Now, if I'm doing a live webinar and I have a live webinar coming up, I might hop on my story on a live and say, hey guys, got a live webinar tonight. It's going to be sick. Going to teach you this. You only have 15 seconds. So it's like, going to be teaching you this and this. Go click the link in my bio. I'll see you tonight at 8. Or something like that. And I'll throw that in maybe once every 2 weeks, but I like to keep my stories fun and just really connect with my followers on a deeper level so they get to know me for me.
Yeah, and I'll add one thing to that. Great stuff, Landon.
Yeah.
When it comes to stories, there's a few things. So number one, with stories on Instagram, what's cool about it is if you're already doing Snapchat stories and you're already rocking and rolling, maybe you have a little audience there, you're doing cool stuff, you're creative, and you're having fun over there. It could be kind of like weird to like do a Snapchat story, upload that, and then, okay, let me go to Instagram and capture the same moment, right? And then you do your Instagram one. But what's smart is you can actually save your Instagram stories and then your Snapchat stories and then upload it right over to Instagram without losing any quality. Like you can't even tell. Like some people can tell because of some of the filters and stuff like that. But you'll notice Tai Lopez does it really effectively. He'll do all Instagram. Sometimes he'll do all Snapchat, and then he'll dump it all over to Instagram. Sometimes he does unique content. But if you're doing Snapchat, repurpose it for Instagram and just double down on it. Just repurpose it and dump it right over there. If you don't know how to do that, just go to Google, go to YouTube and type how to save an Instagram or a Snapchat story. And then you just go to your phone and dump it right over to your Instagram. And what's cool, guys, is Brandon, one of the things that's cool is when you hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, when you're doing your stories, you actually unlock a feature that allows people to swipe up and it goes right to your capture page. It goes right to whatever link you want them to go to. So now that I just crossed 10,000, I'm at like 10.7 thousand. I'm now able to do stories and say, hey, we're doing a live webinar tonight. If you want to catch it, swipe up. You'll be able to register in 2 seconds. We're going to teach Instagram marketing. I'll see you there. And now, instead of people clicking out, going to my picture, going to my bio, and then clicking the link in my bio, I could just say swipe up and it's eliminated 3 clicks. So get to 10,000. Yeah. You're right. You're almost there.
Yeah, I'm at 7,000 as of right now. And so That's super powerful. That is so freaking powerful. And I can't wait to do a Q&A fully on Instagram.
Okay. And there is Instagram lives. I think
there is.
Kaya asked.
This webinar, so it's supposed to be 3 hours. So we're supposed to end here in about 30 minutes. But we'd love to do a Q&A, and we want to teach you guys how to launch. Brandon, what would you, because we could create a video specifically for you guys on how to launch. What would you like? Would you like us to go over time?
Do we have something we can give them to teach that launch sequence? Or do we, like, what do you want to do, Brandon?
Yeah, because we could create another model for launch. We could just go longer. We could do a Q&A a different time. What would you prefer?
What I was thinking about doing is just having you guys continue on with what you prepared there. And then we just hop over into the Facebook group and do like a Q&A there for everybody to see. And then I'll post a replay on that link. I mean, we can do a Q&A here at the end, but it doesn't have, like, I was just going to do a bonus session for people.
Okay. So the Q&A is like,
can stick to if you guys,
I think let's
or do whatever. That's fine.
Let's get the launch done. Let's
go through the launch.
The Q&A will be icing on the cake.
Yeah. So what we wanted, launch, this is based on 2 things that's really, really powerful. Number 1 is how to actually launch. Me and Stapes, we've had big months in launching. We've helped our clients launch. We're basically, because many of you guys, you've got friends on Facebook right now. Like, you've got people on Facebook who would be interested in purchasing from you. You've already got audiences on Instagram, wherever you're at, maybe on a Facebook fan page. Like, you've already got people in your world. And so we want to help you get those people actually purchasing from you and becoming clients and buyers. Yep. And so this is how to do that. This is how to launch on social media. It works incredibly well. And write this down. Here's a quote that you can take, a one-liner. It's awesome. And that is this: leaders don't join businesses. They launch them. They launch them.
I love that quote.
Leaders don't join businesses. They launch them. I actually got that from the Organo Gold guy. What's his name?
I thought we made that up, bro.
No. I got that. Yeah.
I thought it.
No. We got that from the Organo Gold guy. But anyhow, we made. Who knows? Who knows where it came from?
I was proud of that one.
Creative liberty on it. But yeah. So here's the phases of launch, and this topic, we've done 3-hour webinars on these 3 steps that we're about to show you right here. So we could teach this over days. We could teach this over hours. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to teach it to you over minutes, and we're going to give you a copy and paste fill in the blank thing that you guys can just use and swipe into place. So you don't need to know exactly how everything is working. Just know that it's working and just use it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This will be the teaser of it, but you guys will get it nice. You're going to get it.
Yeah.
You're going to get it. We're going to give you all the resources too. So you're going to copy and paste everything.
Yeah.
But we'll give it to you.
Love it. So number 1, phase 1 of this entire thing is to build curiosity and anticipation. So Stapes, have you ever just like went to the movie theater and you just showed up and you're like, holy crap, Star Wars is playing. I had no idea.
Or like the iPhone 8's out. What?
Yeah, like I didn't know.
I didn't know.
No.
That's not how it works.
How is Apple launching the iPhone X? Right? It was literally anticipation, but they didn't release the iPhone X when the marketing started.
It's still not even out.
It's not out yet. So they build anticipation and then they release. Why? Because sometimes anticipation is more fun for people than getting the actual thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting caught up in the marketing of Apple and in the marketing of Star Wars is more fun than watching the actual movie.
Yeah. My dad told me a quote. It's like, anticipation is the spice of life. I don't know why he shared with that. Like, he's not a quote guy, but he did. He shared with me that he's like, we get more excited about thinking and anticipating than actually experiencing sometimes.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
we actually sometimes get more excited to go on vacation than when we show up and we're having, vacations are great, but we're on the beach sipping a margarita. It's like, this is cool, but it's like we're thinking about it. It's exciting. Like going to Disneyland, it's like, this is going to be sick. Then we show up and it's like, okay, cool. Good. We're waiting in line. But it's cool.
And we were hot.
But anticipation is, it really is. I really believe it. It is a feeling. It's unmatched. It's really, if you think back at some of your most happiest moments in life, I guarantee you that you're anticipating something to come in the future. So we really lean on building anticipation. We never release anything to our audiences without anticipation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even send texts like it. I mean, we anticipate everything.
Yeah,
it's kind of how we re-roll.
It
works well.
And we use this not just for a big launch, but for a mini one. Like even tonight.
I was going to say, even tonight.
How many posts were there about tonight before tonight actually happened?
Yeah. There was 3, I think.
How many of you guys, before you even got on tonight's webinar, you were excited about tonight's webinar because you watched the live we did last week and you saw some of the posts? If you are excited about tonight's webinar before you even got on it, just write excited in the comments so that we know.
Hundreds of comments.
Because we use this strategy for this webinar and for everything.
When a rocket goes to space and leaves Earth, leaves the gravity of the rotational field of Earth, 80% of it is anticipation to space. It's 80% of the fuel is used to get out of its orbit. The same with your marketing, the same with your products, the same with your launches. It's all anticipation is like 80% of the game. Let's roll.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Number 2 is the launch. That's basic. We'll show you that in a second. Yeah. Phase 3 is the follow-up. Once you have someone, so essentially here's how it works on social media. On social media, we don't post links on social media because if you go to your Facebook profile and on Instagram, you can't post a link. But if you go on your Facebook profile, that's you. This is your Facebook, and you're like, hey, this is this new thing, and the yada yada yada, and then you post a link to it. Guess what happens? Nobody even sees it. Why? Because Facebook does not want people leaving Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook's evaluation, how much the company is worth, is based on 2 things: the number of users and how long those users use the site. Mm-hmm. They don't want people leaving, so when you give people an opportunity to leave, they're like, we ain't showing that post to anybody.
Yeah, literally. I mean, the testing has shown so much that when you put links inside of your post on Facebook, they will show it to less people, period.
Yeah. It's the EdgeRank. They have a complex algorithm, so we don't post links. So what we do is kind of like what Steve said with that Instagram post, is we tell people to comment. So it's like, if you want more info, and we'll show you what we say specifically. If you want more info, comment yes, comment I'm in, comment this. And so we have all these people commenting saying, hey, I'm in, I want more info. I love it. I love it.
There's a lot of things that does.
Which is micro commitments. It's a lot of
micro commitments, virality, social proofing.
So much. And so what we want to do next is we follow up with those people. And how do we do it? We do it through a couple of Facebook messages. And we're going to show you copy and paste all of this because that is how we roll. So Saves, let's get into it. This is a curiosity post, as Save said earlier this year when we were launching one of our products. And as you can see,
very simple.
What does he say at the very top here, Save?
Big announcement coming tomorrow. Pure anticipation.
Anticipation. Yeah. So we aren't Apple. We don't need to have people anticipating things for months.
Yeah, 6 months working on a big project releasing next summer, 2018. Get ready.
Get ready. So, but we do a day. Yeah. Right? A day. And here for this webinar,
and a day in the internet world is like a long.
It's years. People are getting gray in the internet. But even for this webinar, we did about a week. So for different projects, you can have different anticipation cycles. This was a smaller project. It was just a day.
You'll notice this is pure curiosity. Yeah, this is pure curiosity.
So make it big so
make it big. So it's a big announcement coming tomorrow. Putting the final touches on a special project we've been building behind the scenes that will set hundreds of people free in 2017. Sounds like I'm Brandon Odom.
Yeah.
This will be a pivotal turning point for many of my entrepreneurial friends on Facebook and even some of my more curiosity go-getter friends who are ready to switch things up and break through financially. I'll drop the full post tomorrow on my Facebook profile afternoon, so keep your eyes peeled for more details. It's time to show you everything I've been up to. You ready?
That's
very
simple.
Oh,
wow. I actually went to the next
Very simple. I didn't say, hey, the future is water. Like, I'm going to teach you guys like a system.
The future is water. Okay.
Like imagine. Yeah, if I join Imagine, it's like, I'm working on a special project. We've got some amazing medical device that's going to increase the alkalinity of your water and really help you guys.
You didn't mention the product once.
Didn't mention it. Like nothing.
This is curiosity and anticipation, and that's it. And now all of a sudden, and look at the comments. I got 100 likes on Facebook, which a like on Facebook's worth a little bit more than a like on Insta because people save likes more. But anyways,
and I'll read some of these. Like, looking forward to seeing the video because I'm starting my enterprise. Looking forward to checking it out. Keep on crushing and seeing. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Anything else? You're awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Loving it, legend. So, and this is just a snapshot of a few of the comments. So, but people, now all of a sudden he has 100 people who can't freaking wait until tomorrow to see the announcement, the unveil of the product.
Yeah.
But even the reveal of the product isn't even about the product.
Yeah.
So we'll show you that here in a second. So that's anticipation. Again, we're going to give this to you guys, copy and
you guys
paste.
can use it. You can model it. I mean,
yeah. And then there's a picture with it too.
Yeah.
This is big, so it's not. This is another big thing for Facebook is pictures get you more people will see a post on Facebook if it has a picture, because pictures keep people on the platform longer because people like pictures better than words.
And if you go to your Facebook profile right now, you will notice pictures for days. Usually that's usually all pictures. It's all images and videos. Yeah. They're really leaning into more media now. They want to be a media platform.
Yep.
Versus just publishing written word. But yeah, pictures make your video or your post pop. I'm actually at a point in my career where I don't think I've posted a post without a picture in maybe a year.
Yeah,
everything, I do a picture with every single post on Facebook.
You have to. George says go 4 hours.
Oh boy.
Wow. Well, here's the thing. We want to leave you guys wanting a little bit more. You never want. Okay, but here we go.
Anticipation.
I'm getting emotional.
Thanks, George.
This is awesome. James, thank you for that. So then, okay, so we do that next day, right? We've got people on the edge of their seats, just like if Brandon says a bunch of teases, just like you guys are on the edge of your seats for this webinar tonight, right?
Yeah.
And you do this and we do this for everything. We build anticipation. Like even when my girlfriend's
I won't even talk. If I'm taking my girlfriend on a date, I'm anticipating. I'm not gonna be like.
Even my girlfriend, if she's like, "Hey, we're going to this new spot. You're gonna love it." I'm like, "Tell me about it. What are they known for?" I want to actually build that up in my own head. Dude. I want the anticipation. So I trick myself. Yeah. I want to do the mind tricks on me. And so I'm like, what are they known for? What's it like?
I'm telling you, it's the spice of life, bro.
Yeah, it's like, what's the environment like? And she's selling me on it, and I can't freaking wait. And that's just as good as the food. Mm-hmm. Someone says like,
and now people are they're toiling. I remember actually getting private messages like, I can't wait. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They want to know.
It's like tomorrow.
So bad.
I said I'll tag
So what do most people do? Most people blow their entire load right away. They join the thing, and they're like, hey guys, I just joined the thing. And no one likes it.
Yeah, I'm looking for 5 people to help make 10 grand a month in the next 90 days. Comment below.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a robot. It's boring. How are we supposed to sleep after this? We don't sleep. I'm just kidding. You two could have your own comedy show. So here's one thing. This is another mind hack. So one thing with business is that in your business and in marketing, entertainment is value. Yeah. So for a long time, we thought the only value we could provide was through teaching, because we're kind of in a teaching niche where people want to learn stuff from us. So for a long time, we were just kind of boring and we just taught. And we realized that people spend more money on entertainment than anything else. Yep. The entertainment industry is massive. People actually want to be entertained just as much as they want to learn. Yeah. And so we started integrating a little bit of fun, a little bit of laughter into our business. And that's when things really started skyrocketing, and it's just more fun for us.
It's kind of like who we are, too. Yeah. We like having fun.
Yeah.
And, like Landon said, don't you ever put think of somebody and say, this is what value is to them.
Yeah, good point.
Value is different for everybody, and I guarantee you there'll be someone that buys your business, your machine with a Magic and rocking and rolling with your system because they're entertained more than they receive value. I know that sounds crazy, but people buy for all sorts of different reasons.
They buy for the community.
They buy for community.
They buy for the event. Yep. They buy for all sorts of reasons. Yep. So just like Saif said, don't put your values on other people. Because
exactly.
But so we started adding
entertainment
fun.
Is
so I'm glad someone said we had the comedy.
Think about who runs the world. Hollywood, kind of.
Yeah, they kind of do.
They kind of do, but they're in the entertainment industry. And people spend crazy amounts of money on entertainment.
Yep.
It's a value for people.
It's real. So
weave it into your Instagram post, weave it into your Facebook, show you guys have fun. And like Brandon, he does the dancing thing. That's great. I've known just as much. I've known Brandon for a couple years now.
Yep.
And the first day I met him, I knew he did business, and I knew he did dancing. And it was instantly, and it made him more dynamic. It made him more valuable. It made him different than everybody else.
It also makes him stick in your head.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, Brandon, the dancer and the marketer, cool. Yeah. Not just like a business. I'm an internet marketer. I just talk about business all day. We're good on there. Let's keep rolling.
Beautiful. So then day 2, right? So we build anticipation, and the reason why we're not putting any time frames on this is because every launch is different. Like for this webinar tonight, we started this last week, and this isn't even a launch. This was just a webinar. There's nothing for sale or anything like that. We started this last week, and it was a week-long thing with a couple of posts. Here, Stapes did one post. The very next day, it was the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different every time, but the anticipation piece, just follow that principle. The anticipation could be multiple posts. It could be a video. It's just follow the anticipation principle. Does that make sense, Stapes?
100%. Yeah.
Beautiful. Be principle based, not tactic. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so
like it's all principle living.
Yeah. So this is the post. So this is the post, and I'll open it up. And this is where Stapes gives the call to action, which is basically here's what's going on. And this is actually a post. And the reason we're using this isn't even the post that happened the next day. This is a post that Stapes did 2 years ago. And the reason we're showing you an old one is because the Stapes at this point wasn't making 6 figures yet.
Yep.
He wasn't traveling around the world yet. He was just the normal bartender Stapes.
Yep.
He wasn't even Stapes yet. He was just the normal bartender Chris.
Yep.
And so we're showing you this one because we realize that a lot of you guys, you're in this space right here. Where you're still trying to break through. And so we wanted to show you an example that's not about us making a bunch of money, but it's just about story and emotion. And we want to show you how that works.
And a lot of curiosity. It's always curiosity.
Let me open this up. Yeah, tons of curiosity.
Like we lean into curiosity heavy because it just draws people. You know, if you spill the beams on your post, on the model, the business model you're working on, the product you're selling, they can actually make a semi-uneducated decision on if they wanted to either opt in or watch a video. They're making their decision. I kind of heard maybe about that, or my uncle tried to do Amway in the 80s and that didn't work, or whatever. So keep it curiosity, but value-based and emotional. And you'll notice, I'll read through this and then we'll go through the structure of it.
I'm just adding the link here for you guys as well. So you guys will be able to tap this link. I'll just add it to the bottom here.
Yeah, and and we did this on purpose. We wanted to make sure that you guys, because the question we get a lot is, well, what do I talk about? I'm brand new. This is what I did. And I'm going to go ahead and read this for you guys, and then we'll kind of break it into segments and show you why it works so well. And everyone's going to get a copy of this stuff. I recommend you going through it, use it yourself, but anytime you can practice kind of stretching your leadership muscles a little bit and stretching your copywriting ability and really stepping into your own personality, your own wisdom, your own words, do it. So use mine as a framework. Now, there'll be people that watch this and copy and paste it. That's fine. It's generic enough. You guys can do it. But when I talk about my problems, insert your problems, insert your emotion, and insert the story of your life. And you'll notice way better results. It'll come through clear and people will feel more related to you. So I'm going to read it. I started with entrepreneurship wasn't for me. It's a headline. It's like an oxymoron. Like, wait a minute. I thought you liked entrepreneurship. And if people are in entrepreneurship and they see that, it's like entrepreneurship wasn't for me. Like, wait a minute, I'm going to lean into this. What's going on here? So back in 2008, and I'm going to breeze through this quick and then we'll go through it step by step and kind of explain why it works. So back in 2008, I fooled myself into thinking I was an entrepreneur because it sounded cool and much better than working for somebody else. Then shortly after starting my first business, I quit. A couple months in, I soon discovered entrepreneurship wasn't for the faint of heart. So I'm really poking at some of the emotions, not only that I felt, but a lot of people feel in the entrepreneur space. So I'm really thinking about my avatar, thinking about the person that's reading this in Landon's back.
Yeah.
And at the time, I had a tip in mind. I was wildly expectatious. I was a non-action taker, easily swayed and bothered, and a problem dweller. Looking back, I see why.
Real quick. Yeah. So one thing he's doing here is he's sharing. I lost the pen. You always give it.
I got a touch.
States and technology. Yeah,
it doesn't mix.
Yeah. So one thing that he's doing here is he's sharing his own vulnerability. Yeah. So essentially, what he's doing is he's sharing his character flaws with the people, and character flaws are actually what will attract people to you.
Yeah.
And it sounds backwards because you think that it's like if I want people to like me, I need to be Superman.
Yeah.
And you do. But what's the thing about Superman? He has a massive flaw, which is kryptonite. And kryptonite is what makes the Superman story interesting.
If kryptonite wasn't, it would be a boring story.
What would be the point of Superman?
He's bulletproof. He never dies. Nobody can beat him. Boring.
There's no conflict. He has no problems. It's like, what's the
perfect freaking life.
Yeah. That doesn't relate with me at all.
Yeah.
I have vulnerabilities. I have problems. And so what he's doing here is he's relating with the folks at home, sharing his own vulnerabilities. And when you open up a space with your vulnerabilities, it opens a space for others to be comfortable with them.
Yeah, really good point. Cool. And interject anything.
Yeah.
So it's like looking back, I see why I started my first business, or I see why starting my first business was a serious wake-up call for me. Becoming a successful entrepreneur required me to hold a mirror up to all my limiting beliefs I was holding on to. And in the process, I quickly realized the game of business required much more courage and boldness than I predicted. This was the moment where I decided to change. So this is called the turning point. We're going to teach you how this works. I decided to get over my problems quicker than I can dwell on them. I decided to change my way of thinking the second the moment calls for it. I decided to give up everything no matter what was being asked from my mentor. I started caring more about creating something beautiful than potentially losing something beautiful. So today, after years inside the trenches, working harder on myself than almost anything else in my life, I simply don't know any other way to live and prosper than to be entrepreneurial. It's in my blood. It's what I eat and breathe every day. I'm committed to giving it my all for you. Side note, and I like always throwing in side note and hot tip or little things to kind of break the message a little. It's like a pattern interrupt. Side note, if you're ready for the challenge and committed to giving yourself a fighting chance to succeed, you must be willing to give it your all starting now. Start and find a business that works for you. Take intense, massive action daily. Learn from your mistakes. Become the entrepreneur you're destined to be. But if all this stuff sounds kind of crazy and doesn't really inspire you or even scares you a little bit, then maybe you're not ready. And that's totally okay. So I'm giving permission for people to kind of step into their own decision here. And I'm giving value. Yeah. That's like I'm teaching a little bit, and it's nothing crazy,
And he's not teaching them Facebook ads.
Yeah, I'm not teaching conversions through whatever.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, and that's totally okay. I wasn't ready either, but timing is important. And I understand it's not for everybody. I still love you. However, if you really want it and you're not sure where to start, leave a comment below saying, I'm ready, and I'll send you a private message and show you exactly what my team and I are using to design our lifestyles using the internet.
So a couple of things. Number one, did Stapes ever say, I'm making 6 figures, I'm quitting my job, I'm traveling, I've got the best life, I've got the Instagram perfect life? No, he didn't say that. He talked about his emotions. He talked about how he felt. He talked about the future. He talked about his vision. He just talked about him. And he said, comment, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Oh man, this post got me pumped. Yeah, sent you a PM. I'm pumped. I made hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars from this post. Ali said, I'm pumped. I'm ready. I love it. I'm ready.
And again, this is not Stapes today with a massive audience and influence and owners of. This is Stapes 2 years ago before you'd ever even had your first $10,000 month.
Yeah, this was before my first $10,000 month for sure. And yeah, and the virality of this post, like this was like 56 comments, but when you get people commenting, it goes more viral because when somebody comments, it pops up into their newsfeed and pops up in their friends' newsfeed. Social proofing. So if somebody reads that and they're thinking, maybe I'll comment, and then they see 10, 15 people comment, I'm ready, they want to be a part of that movement too. You know what I mean? Are people liking it?
Yeah, people are loving it. So it looks like there is currently the few people have said is Instalex not working.
I guess so.
We might have seen so much traffic to their website that they're having a problem. So it looks like they are having an error. I'm sure by tomorrow morning it'll be back up. If for whatever reason it's not, we'll obviously find an alternative. Again, technology's changed, principles remain the same.
Instalex is pretty solid though. They'll be back up.
Yeah. But yeah, I love everything you're saying there, Stapes. Yeah. That's perfect. And so what we want to do is we want to give you a framework. So at the very end tonight, we're going to give you these slides with literally copy and paste fill in the blank to where you can actually fill in the blanks here and use this exact post with a few edits of your own story.
Yeah.
But just giving you a post isn't going to change your life. Why? Because that's one post. What are you going to do a month from now when you want to do it again?
Yeah.
You can't use the same post. So what we want to do is give you a formula and a framework that you can use. You can copy ours this month And next month you can write your own using our formula, right? Teach a man to fish, give a man a fish. You guys get the
idea.
So
that's good.
So we follow a 5-step formula, and we follow this formula for freaking. In fact, Stapes was using this formula before he even knew this was the formula.
Yeah, before we even started teaching it.
Before we turned it into a formula.
And that's just from reading. It's reading books. It's reading emails that from famous copywriters. It's really being in the pocket. Like Landon used to write out sales letters for Mike Dillard, right?
Yeah.
And like that's high level. I've never done that. That's a good idea. But I was just
how'd you become such a good writer, Stapes?
Practice writing.
Practice. So you just wrote a lot. You read a lot.
And I thought about writing in a voice that was if I was sitting across from the bar with my friend. I wrote in the way I talk, and I really threw out all of my education on writing out the window.
Like, were you born a good writer?
No, I wasn't born a good writer.
So this is learned.
Yeah, this is a learned skill. Like I wasn't a writer, and I never wrote long papers or essays. I just became obsessed with copy.
This is beautiful. Yeah. Why? Because I can't become a millionaire playing basketball, no matter how much practice. No matter how bad I want it, how serious I am, I'm not going to become a millionaire playing basketball. I'm 5'5".
Yeah.
I can become a millionaire writing because anybody can learn to write well.
Yep. And copywriting, we say it all the time to our community.
Yeah.
It's the highest paid skill in the world right
now. I think
leadership
the two core.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead.
I'm literally I'm setting this up for a team for myself.
Most important is
leadership copy.
No, but tell me.
I was laughing at you myself, dude. It's too late.
Hit them on. Let them know.
The two most important skills: leadership, copywriting. But here's
maybe in that order too.
So here's the 5 steps. And we use this for everything. The Facebook ads and even some of you guys who have really well stories for Facebook ads and videos, you're probably following a formula that's similar to this, even if you don't even realize you're following it. Because almost all of us, if you watch Hollywood movies, they follow a similar formula. And we've distilled it down. We could obviously make this 15 steps if we wanted. We've distilled this down to 5 top steps. So here they are. So number 1 is to get attention. This is essentially I heard Stapes talking. It's essentially the headline. And anytime we do any piece of content, whether it's a sales video, a webinar, even if you look at tonight, I'm on slide 18 here, right? This is the attention tonight.
Yeah.
How to generate traffic, leads, and sales for your business for free using Instagram. That was our headline. That's how we got your attention. That's how we attracted you here. And Stapes' post here, it was entrepreneurship wasn't for me, which is an oxymoron. It's what does that even mean? Why is an entrepreneur saying it's not for him? It's confusing. A lot of times I like to ask questions as my opening sentence. Because when you ask someone a question, one of mine was and this was way back in 2013 when you were allowed to say money in a Facebook ad. I was like, isn't network marketing the most amazing way to make money you've ever seen? And people
make money too.
In 2013, you could place a Facebook ad and say whatever you wanted. I had
dollar leads for days.
But you know what? Today you can't say that. But today Facebook's targeting is so much better than it was in 2013. And so back in 2013, I was getting $2, $3 leads. Today, even though Facebook, there's more competition, there's more things, I'm still getting $2, $3 leads today. So even as things change, they kind of stay the same. But
pros and cons to it all.
Yeah, so entrepreneurship wasn't for me. It's an oxymoron. Again, we like questions a lot. So it's want to copy my internet business model, whatever. But
something to grab it.
Loud, make it curious, make it interesting, make it unique. I like how-tos a lot. I like questions a lot, or just statements that are puzzling. This is a puzzling statement. But anyways, you guys get the idea. You guys get the idea. A headline, essentially. Then what we do next is we insert the pain/problem. You can do one or both of this. For Stapes, a lot of it was problems with himself. It was problems with his own pain. And throughout this, there are 2 types of problems. And in a second, we'll show you turning points. And turning points are the same thing. So there's 2 types of problems. There's 2 types of turning points that we'll show you in a second. Internal and external. So an external problem would be I couldn't pay my bills. I didn't have money. That's an external problem. An internal problem is I was wildly expectations. I had these problems with myself, right? That's an internal problem. And a lot of times people relate just as much to the internal as they do to the external. We like to touch on both. In this example, Stapes really went deep within himself, and that's great. So we share the pain, right? In every movie, there's pain.
You know why I like to go deep in internal?
Why?
Is because it's just tied to me. It's more unique to me. Like a lot of people starting off maybe in entrepreneurship, they're just kind of stuck and they can't pay the bills and they want to be free. So a lot of us have identical external problems, but internal, you're unique, you know, you're a unique person, and share that. I mean, this was a little nervous, like to me, like I came out like vulnerable.
He's sharing some real stuff here.
I was easily swayed and bothered. I was a problem dweller, a non-action taker.
He's really
wildly expectations.
He's opening up and saying, "Here's who I am. Do you still like me?" And and people they liked him more than ever.
Yeah.
Why would they like someone's problem? It's weird, but it's reality, right?
Yeah.
We don't deal with, like, in theory, it's like people should like us for what makes us great.
Yeah.
But that's theory. That's shoulds. We don't. Our life is not shoulds. Our life is ises.
Like we said earlier.
Yeah.
I was reading a Hero's Journey, which is a great book, great audio book and everything. Hero's Journey, how to write.
Or Here's Two Journeys.
Hero's Two Journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great. But it talks about how all the stories, the reason that we fall in love with characters, and we mentioned it, we fall in love with their flaws way more than their perfections.
Yep.
So share way more flaws than your perfections, if you even want to share perfections. So just lean into your flaws, guys. Give you full permission to do that and watch what happens. Let's
So essentially, you guys get the idea here. He talked about his pain, his problem. Then we have this turning point. And this is the same in every movie that you've ever watched. You know what I mean? It's like the relationship is crumbling, they have problems, and then there's this moment where everything turns around and they're like, oh God, I actually really like that girl, I should go get her back, or whatever it is. And again, just like with problems, there's internal and external. So for me, for example, I had an internal turning point in my own life. I remember probably 2012, I was out to dinner with my girlfriend at the time, and we were out to eat at Monocle's Pizza, which is a Midwestern pizza place for those of you from the Midwest.
Like Monocle?
Like Monocle's. I guess it is like that. It's a good pizza spot. So we're out to eat or whatever, and the person comes out to pay or whatever, you know, the waiter. I hand the credit card down, takes it back, has to come back out. Sir, credit card doesn't go through. And I was so freaking unbelievably embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, and some of you guys might have experienced moments like this. We'd actually been together for a few years, but I don't think she knew where I was at financially.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, she's worried.
She's like, it's a $10 pizza.
And it was embarrassing for me with her. It was embarrassing even with the waiter I know I'll never see again. It was still,
it sucks, dude. No,
and I went home that night.
Dude, I was a bartender. I was a waiter.
Yeah. So
I had to deal with that almost probably
like,
every other day.
What did you say, sir?
I mean, it was standard procedure, man. It was like, hey, like,
bro.
And then sometimes it was quiet, but other times they see me coming from a mile away. And the guy's like,
they know.
And it's like, hey, usually it's like, hey, do you have another card? Like, I don't ever use, I leaned away from like, sir, you don't have any money. Your card's
That's usually not the best
thing. It's like, hey,
to
do you have another card? Yeah.
So let's try another. Let's try this. It's probably a bank problem. I don't know. It's not you. But it's me. But so that's where I was at. And I went home that night and I made a decision that I'll never be there again. And within a few months, I was making.
That was external and internal turning point, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it was an internal decision that I made, but yeah, it was an external stimulus, I guess. And I've shared that in stories before. And I've also had, you know, external turning points where it's like I found a video that taught me a skill set like Facebook ads, and that changed everything.
So what's your turning point? You know what I mean? Ask yourself, like, did you meet someone at a live event? Did you open up a page of one of your favorite books that inspired you to do research for a new business? Did you have a conversation with your friend or your family member? Like, what was it that was your turning point? Did you get fired from your job? Like, there's so many things, so many different circumstances, and we have many turning points. Like, there was a lot that kind of stacked up to us pulling the trigger. So, like, just have fun with it. Experiment. Really just go crazy with it. I had a lot of internal stuff with this post.
So it was basically all of this stuff led to him saying, I'm done
I'm
being
done.
that person.
And I empowered people to make their decision. When they read the post, like, there were shifts happening in their gut saying, dang, I have all the same problems and thoughts and emotions. I want to change. I want to make the decision today that I'm going to comment.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, you're literally, that's the call to action, is just them typing a few clicks
away from riches.
Yeah, so
that's a turning point. It's very important.
We got 60 seconds. I'm kidding. No.
Well, we got 1 minute, guys. No.
We're gonna hang out with you guys.
Yeah, so. No, we want to make sure to over deliver for Brandon, because Brandon is a homie, and we want to make sure to win for you guys too, because we want you to see you win. So the next step after you've turned it around, it's like, what happened next? What's the pleasure? And this can be, there's two different ways you can go about this. So it can either be pleasure. So it can be, I had this turning point, and then all of a sudden I was surrounding myself with a community of people who wanted the same things I did. And all of a sudden, you know, I got my first sale online and I believed it was possible in my eyes. So it could be this pleasure. It could also be you sharing solutions with them in the form of value. And so for Stapes, it's like start or find a business that works for you. And so he's sharing value. So here it's either pleasure, here that's where I was, here's where I am now. The classic hero's journey story. Or it could even be, here's where I was, here's where I am now, and here's how I got here. We're actually sharing value. And we like to do this. Sometimes I have stories where it's just pure story, where I don't share a single tip. I'm not teaching anything. It's just my story. And it works really well. Other times I teach a concept or two. It's really up to you. We have it. It's kind of an either or even both right here.
Yeah, I love it.
Pleasure solution. So then the final step is the easiest step of all, but also the most important step. We've talked about this for about 20 minutes earlier tonight, and that is your call to action. That's telling people exactly what you want them to do. What we do here in a honeypot post on Facebook or a launch post on Facebook, we tell people, leave a comment saying I'm ready. And again, we don't want a link. We use links in ads, of course, because ads are paying for the exposure, so we'll get exposure even if a link is in it. But on a Facebook, on a personal profile, they have a link in it. Facebook won't show it to anybody. So we tell people to comment, and that's the call to action. And we do this for everything. And again, you can use these 5 steps, right? It is attention, pain, problem, turning point, pleasure, solution, call to action. You can use this in sales videos. You can use this in literally anything, bridge videos and emails and Instagram posts, Facebook posts, and any piece of content where you want to really move people. This is the 5 steps.
Yeah, I mean, we've given this to our community. It works like clockwork for high ticket stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy that a Facebook post can generate
thousands
so much results.
of dollars.
Now, obviously, there's back-end processes that you guys have in place with Brandon, with webinars and follow-up emails and all sorts of cool stuff. But after they leave that comment, I'm ready, you deliver on your promise. You message them. The faster, the better. The faster, the better. What's up?
Here's the follow-up.
Yeah, so, I mean, copy this down, guys. But essentially, it's like,
we'll give them the slides. So
we'll give you the slides, but it's super simple.
So when someone comments, they say I'm ready or they say I'm in, whatever you want people to say, right? So when someone comments, you have a lead. You don't want to drop the ball on that person. You want to reach out to them ASAP, just like Steve said. And here's what to say.
And I was going to say, before we send this message, what I do, guys, is I actually go to the Facebook post and I'll respond publicly. Like if Landon, if you comment on my post, said, I'm ready, bro, I'll actually go to Landon's comment and tag him and then also respond saying, I just sent you a PM or I'm going to send you a PM here in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Why? Why do you do that? Number one, it boosts engagement with your post because it adds an extra comment. And also it shows everybody that you're going to deliver on it. It shows that like you actually follow with your word, and it makes more curiosity. There's more energy around the post. Like, people will be like, dude, I want Chris to like send me some stuff. So it's really simple. We don't overcomplicate this here, but it's like, hey, Landon, thanks for commenting on my post. I'd love to send you more info on what we're up to. Shoot me a quick yes back and I'll send it right over.
Let's touch on it for a second. Yeah. So what is this? This is called permission-based marketing.
Yeah, we're increasing the value of the lead.
What we want to do, we don't want to throw up on people. Right? Yeah. That is not good business. It's not good marketing. It's not good friendship. It's just
not even a conversation.
Good. Yeah. Like, hey, here's the link.
Yeah. Imagine if we did that. Hey, Landon, thanks for commenting. Here's the info, brother. Here's the link. Boom.
Go.
What happens there?
It's like, and then you like come back.
Here's the response. Here's the response.
Yeah.
Seen at 11:35.
Yeah. And we just don't have the permission yet.
And there's no conversation.
So this, number one, it gets permission to keep us cool, right? Because we want to stay cool. We don't want to pitch anyone who doesn't want to be pitched. The other thing it is it's a micro commitment.
It's a micro commitment.
And so see before, And we could talk for hours.
I was going to say,
commitment.
it adds a border. It adds a barrier in between the information, so it even makes it more exclusive,
more valuable, more scarce. But yeah, it's a micro commitment. See, before someone purchases, they do a lot of little things first. They say yes, then they click a link, and so there's a lot of little things that someone needs to do, just like in dating. You don't go on, down on one knee, see a cute girl, and you're. I was gonna say marry, but but yeah. So we ask them if they want it, and then when they want it, then we say awesome. And then here, this is for our particular type of model. You could say whatever, if it's a webinar type thing, whatever. Like you say, awesome. Here's what I've got. So for us, let's say we're hosting a training webinar showing you what we're up to. Here's your link to grab your spot. Then we send that, and then a few minutes later, we say, hey, did that link work okay for you? Just to kind of get another commitment. And it just helps him check and see.
It shows that you're on the ball.
Yeah,
and it shows that they're going to be taken care of. It shows that not only do you deliver on what you say, but you want to actually make sure it's working okay. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, he's on the ball here. Like, I'm good. And then message 4, did that link work okay? Yeah, I'm in, boss. I'm watching the webinar. Or whatever, and it's like cool. And then a few hours later, we actually reach back one more time. And you guys, when you have more time than money, and when you have more time than leads, you actually have to do a little bit more high touch sometimes and than high tech. We really lean in when we're doing free marketing strategies in the beginning, when we're just trying to get our business started. We lean into those leads and we breathe life into those people. Now, we're not talking spamming or any getting weird, but like give them the extra messages. I guarantee you 90% of people would probably just send one link. And just say, oh, here's the link. Thanks for commenting, boss. See ya. Did you buy yet? And it's like, we really breathe life into our leads, and we've noticed conversions really increase when we do that. So it's like, hey, Landon, dude, were you able to catch any of that training I sent you earlier today?
And it's simple. It's not like, hey, are you ready to purchase? It's not, hey, did you buy? It's just like, hey, did you watch any of that? And this is how we follow up. It's simple. You can obviously have full creative liberty on all of this. These are simple messages that you might want to tweak to fit what you guys are doing. This is, for our model, but it's just a framework that you can follow. And
man, here we go.
We
now,
did it, dude.
What we're going to do is
I'm out of here.
Landon's leaving.
I'm heading home.
He's got a hot date tonight. But what I wanted to do is share, copywriting is, I would say, probably most responsible for my success. It's probably one of the skill sets that I would probably highly recommend above all else. It really is responsible for a lot of the results that me and Landon have created together, and like even independently before we even met, we were writing. We were writing emails, we were writing Facebook ads, we were communicating, and not only writing, but it's how we speak now. You know what I mean?
So
can you grab those, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's a few of our top books.
This is just kind of a
bonus.
Stapes
has even more. But read a lot. Like if you guys want to know.
Should we pull up the webcam, or do they?
They can see us, and we'll show. Like, because I think they're. Oh no,
Brandon, can you see us?
Books? Oh man, yeah. Then we don't even. Yeah, we can come back on the screen.
Can you see us okay, Brandon? Are we still live?
We'll go. Are we? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, wait. We're live. Oh, wait. Let's go.
Sorry, I was talking, but...
And leave?
We're in.
I was talking, but I had my mic muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cool, man. Dude. So, hey, thank you so much. We're going to share some copywriting books. And the list, I think it included some of these, but...
Yeah.
Robert Cialdini, awesome. He's got this classic. This is an instant classic called Influence. I also have his new book, Persuasion, which is really, really good science. A lot of tests around pre-framing your offers, pre-framing your messages, and causing kind of like what we did with that launch a little bit. We're pre-framing some things. Triggers is amazing. This is a really cool read. You can basically open up any page and just take away something.
And so what this is what is copywriting? It's writing words that sell. See, there's a difference between writing words that get people emotional, between writing words that people like to read, and writing words that sell. Those are different skills, right? They're different. And writing words that sell is a much more profitable endeavor than writing words that are interesting and that people why are you drinking bottled water? Oh, wow. I'm getting called out hard.
Oh, that's acidic.
I'm gonna have to get you a machine, man.
Yeah, it's
I'm doing
probably
okay.
about. It's probably about. Oh wow, where is it? It's probably
you're drinking bottled water in front of the wrong community.
Yeah, no, this isn't good. I'm sorry, guys. They're gonna throw stones at me in a minute.
Should stones. So
okay, one more thing, and then you can go over the list.
No,
the other thing is copywriting. What you guys are learning here is the freedom skill.
Yeah.
Like to make 7-8 figures. Like there's a lot of skills you have to learn. You have to learn how to hire employees, and you have to learn how to lead people and merchant accounts. And there's a lot of stuff you have to learn. To make 6 figures, you just have to know how to write.
Yeah, it's a 6-figure skill.
To be free, you just have to know how to write.
And write okay.
Write well. And the best
you write well. I mean, it's
yeah.
right, but to be honest, like I started making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month writing barely okay.
Yeah.
Then I got a little better.
And it's a skill to be learned. That's the best part. It's like I couldn't even make 6 figures playing basketball. I could make no amount of money playing basketball.
Unless you're Tai Lopez.
Yeah.
And then you make
money technically.
How funny is it that Tai Lopez, what was the stat on that? He's one of the highest paid basketball players in the world.
So we were watching, I was listening to one of Tai Lopez's pod. And for those of you that don't know Tai Lopez, he's just an internet marketer. Like he's just people like us. And he's big on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And he literally was shooting hoops in his backyard. He has his own basketball court, whatever. But so he was shooting hoops in his backyard. And between all of the platforms, he had 300,000 people watching him shoot hoops live.
That's more than the Lakers had, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers have 18,000 people in their stands. You know, and then the people are watching on TV or whatever. Jake Paul gets 15 million views on his YouTube channel a day. That's more views than Fox News and CNN get each day combined.
Power of audiences.
This is the freaking future. But go ahead.
Back to copy.
Yeah, back to copy.
But these are just some really great classics, really great books we wanted to share with you. Triggers by Joe Sugarman. He is a classic, like, grandfather of copy. Cashvertising is really, really good stuff. Expert Secrets. This is great. This surprised me. This book
start
surprised
here
me.
Almost. Like, this is great.
This book surprised me. I love Russell. I didn't read .com Secrets or anything, but this was like, I mean, talk about learning how to tell your story. And there's webinar templates. There's a lot of great stuff. The Copywriter's Handbook, classic. And then this one's actually really unique. It's a little heavy, but it's Stephen King on writing. It actually goes in and interviews Stephen King on how he writes, his routines and strategies. It's really insightful. These are just a few. I have like 10 more in my office, but we wanted to bring a few out. Pick a few up, guys. Read it. And I like to read these books before I write copy. I usually breeze through these.
Just like a quick, like read through them all and read whatever 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, even before we write, just pick it up and just breeze through it and just kind of like give your brain a quick shot of like, okay, like I'm ready to write now.
Yeah.
And yes, so great question, and Brandon answered it.
Are we doing Q&A now?
Yeah. So I mean,
we can do 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon, what do you want to do here, man?
If you guys can give us like 10 more minutes, that would be great.
We're feeling it. We're hot, man. We're in momentum. We're getting thirsty.
I mean, I'm tired.
You're dehydrated.
I mean, I've got my
because you're drinking that crappy water, but
drinking acidic water over here, guys. What are we gonna do?
What are you drinking, Safes? I mean, I'm curious.
I've got reverse osmosis.
Oh, okay.
No,
I don't know what that
is. Sorry, guys.
Thank you. People are saying thank you. Seriously, guys, thank you. Like, you guys are what made this show possible. You guys are what made the energy. We wouldn't have been able to deliver half as well without you guys on here tonight.
So Brandon, what I'd like, man, let's do some Q&As. I know you've been looking at some comments. I don't know if you have any flagged or earmarked that we can review.
I'll mark a couple now here. So like Donna's here.
Yeah, if you find one, dude, just rattle one off, brother. Oh, okay, we see it. Perfect. So I have an Instagram account for my e-commerce. Now, this is the time, guys. Drop your questions in the chat box.
Fast.
We got 10, 15 minutes. We're going to give you guys and pour some value into you. So can you highlight that one more time, Brandon?
I got it right here.
I have an Instagram account for my e-commerce shop. I closed a couple months ago to be an affiliate marketer. I have over 12,000 real followers on there. It was a mom and pop shop. A tot shop.
Yeah.
I work my ass off, and a photographer. It's a beautiful page. I want to be able to transition it, but don't know how. What's the question?
Sean, like the ones that go from one type of page to another type of page, it sounds like.
Oh, okay. So it's an e-commerce shop I closed a couple months ago.
I would say the big thing is, okay, so the big thing with any sort of audience is a niche audience. So trying to convert the 12,000 followers, even if they're real people, to then like a different type of business or a different type of model might be tough. So I would say the biggest thing is just hook that page. You've got the 12,000 followers, so you start getting likes, and hook that up to an Instajam or an Instalex and start getting followers that are in the niche. Because there's very difference between 10,000 people who are all entrepreneurs and 10,000 random people. Even though they're both real people, you want to have an audience in that niche. So I would say just start building that niche right now. Would be the biggest
And you know what,
Go ahead,
Shauna, you're a photographer and you have skill sets and you have another piece of dynamic energy to you than more than just Kangen, right?
Yeah.
And I want to see that. I want to see your pictures. I want to see your photography. I want to see what you do outside of business. That's how I relate to stuff like that. The reason I, like I told you before, like I met Brandon, I found out he does dancing like that first night. And it was just kind of like, that was Brandon in my eyes. And we talk about dancing every time we meet up. He's been trying to get us out salsa dancing for a while now. And Brandon, we are freaking doing it, brother.
Yeah, no, we were totally going to come. We were supposed to come, a little bit of an asthma hiccup, but we will be coming soon.
We had a record turnout, though, 375 people.
Oh,
of course.
Everything Brandon does thrives, guys. If you want to thrive, stick with this guy. Because if he touches it, it will thrive. It will prosper. We've got a great question here from Marissa.
Just one more thing with Shauna. Use the page. Use the page you have. The reason Landon said it, just leverage what you got going on. Weave your passions into the page. And then also what's cool, since you're already over 10,000 followers, you can move right into Instagram stories and Instagram lives. I think Instagram stories only.
Yeah.
And you could start having call to actions 2 to 3 times a week to swipe up and go right to your capture page, which is incredibly powerful. So read the next one.
Yeah. So Marissa essentially asks that she sees the big pages who have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers, but those people, they're only following a few hundred. Like Millionaire Minter has 2 million followers, but he's only following 100 people. How do we do that? Well, one of the cool things with these services, Instajam and Instalex, is that they will actually go and follow those people for you, and then they'll unfollow anybody who doesn't follow you back. So it'll actually go and unfollow all those people. So like me right now with the automated services, I have like 7,000 followers and about 2,500 people that I'm following. So I've got about a 3-to-1 ratio. And then what I'll do is I'll use a service purely for unfollows, and eventually I'll go and I'll have it go and unfollow all of those people that I don't want to follow. So that's essentially the strategy there.
Cool. Good job.
Yeah.
When opening your Instagram account, do you go for followers or leads? We go for both, but we start with followers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You go for both, but we start with followers. You got to get a follower kind of to get a lead first. I mean, very rarely will someone land on my page and then opt into my capture page before they follow me. So go for followers, but also keep in mind the top goal is lead gen, you know, is lead gen and sales. What top goal would you recommend?
Is that an actual question? I think we put, let me see what, because they're asking about this question.
Oh, that top goal. You know what? I think that's a data point. I think that's a data point too.
For them. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know if they're optimizing your account for special stuff.
I think that's them figuring out what their market wants to get.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's really smart of them. Think about that if you ever go start services, is like, who are your buyers and what do they want?
For our bio, do you recommend our opt-in page, Facebook fan page, or link site? What's your goal, Marissa? You know, if you want to generate leads and drive people directly to a webinar that's promoting your business, I recommend that. If you want to build your fan page and you want to build an audience on Facebook, that's what I would recommend to do that. So, you know, me and Landon have actually switched out our links depending on what we're promoting.
Yeah.
Most of the time we're
Instagram's like a river, and you can direct the flow wherever you want. So we're trying out a Facebook group. We've done capture pages, got leads. It's a river. It's like, what ocean do you want it to go to?
Yeah, exactly. And like sometimes we'll do like a special training live Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We'll put a webinar jam link, like a customized live webinar link, and we'll switch that out for a few hours. Once it's Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we take it down. We'll put our capture page back up. So it's living, breathing, and optimizing for what you want to market. Great question.
Haley, to answer your question. Go ahead.
I guess what you could do also is, you know, do like let people know about your doing your own Facebook lives, sending them to a website with like a downloadable cheat sheet, stuff like that. We got those I'm working on coming out here probably in a day or two. So,
yeah. Any resource
for people.
Yeah. Lead magnets.
Yeah, Brandon, like that's working really well for me right now is the cheat sheet, kind of like the downloadable PDF with the webinar, kind of like a complimentary webinar with a downloadable cheat sheet. It's hot right now. People love. There's some people like to read, some people like to watch, and we're kind of tagging both of those modalities, both of those learning modalities.
What's the unfollow? You can actually turn Instalex on just for unfollows too, I believe.
Yeah.
Like you can actually, so you can have it follow or unfollow.
And there's unfollow apps on it in the App Store, but you want to make sure to turn off Instalex first.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to have two services. Right?
Yeah, so if you want to do Instalex and run that for a few weeks and then like build up your audience, and then you're like, I don't want to follow 4,000 people. I kind of like looking at pictures and stuff. You can just turn that off, go to an unfollow app and just purge for like 3 days and get to where you want to be. I'm a photographer. I'm in the photography community right now on Insta. They're all saying Insta is dying. I'm excited to hear it. You know, Kyle, I mean, everyone's got their opinions. You know, it depends on what their goals are. If their goals are just getting a bunch of people liking and commenting and sharing their stuff, I can see why they think that, because, you know, the audience on Instagram is building. There's more people than ever on Instagram. And if they were a dominant photography page, maybe, since they've started, they probably had 2,000 other photography pages launch. You know what I mean? So what we do is we really carve out small niches and we carve out little pockets of communities, and we're able to get great results with really small numbers.
And here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
This is like, this is a mentorship. This is like a mentorship tactic.
Yeah.
Always look and seek counsel from the top 1% only. And so if someone is not in the top 1% in Instagram, like they're not worth listening to. So only seek counsel. So like if you seek counsel from a random Facebook group, you might hear that it's dying. Well, I'm hanging out with people making millions of dollars a year on Instagram right now. And they're thriving more than ever.
Yeah.
So listen to those people, right?
I mean, Brandon, we've probably heard Facebook ads. It's scary, right? Like it's dying. Like there's more people than ever stepping on Facebook for the first time and absolutely dominating it.
Yeah.
It really is relative. So good question.
Yeah.
Great, great insight there.
Yeah.
1%. You got to ask the people that are doing big things, and they might be doing big things, and I don't even know what their goals are, just to get likes. I mean, are they selling photography? Did they notice sales drop, like revenue dropping? Who knows?
Yeah. Is there a way to schedule posts? So there is. We don't use. So here's kind of the thing. So with scheduling on Instagram, I believe that. So it's called later.com. So you guys can check this out. We don't use it, but it's there. I signed up. I got a free account with it just to check it out. And you can schedule it. But essentially how it works is you schedule it with Later, and then Later sends you a push notification that says, hey, it's time to post it. So then you have to actually physically log into Instagram and post it, because Instagram doesn't like bots.
Does it auto-populate it?
Yeah, so you basically, do the post in Later, and then, Later basically sends you, and you just copy and paste it. So it's semi-automated. I found that it's just been easier for me personally to just do the post, that it didn't save me a ton of time doing that, because Instagram doesn't like auto posting bots. They don't like that as much. They like people. Like we all like people. So, but there are services like Later out there, and a lot of people use them and really like them. So
yeah, and think about it. I mean, Landon, you're full time. Keep that in mind.
Sure.
Like, you do this full time. You haven't had a job in 3 years. Sure. So whoever asked that question, if you have the job and you were like me 3 years ago, like working on my lunch break, and like I was walking around, I remember running to the bathroom to like respond to leads and talk to people and like figure out my business. So if you're in a position like I was 3 years ago, Later would actually be pretty effective for me, because I can actually just be in the back. I can see it perfect. Doop, doop, click a few buttons and I'm good. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, check it out. It's like $10 a month.
Does Instagram have a pixel like Facebook? Not yet.
No, well, so if you do ads, you actually use the Facebook pixel. So Facebook owns Instagram. So if you do ads, then Facebook, you would use the Facebook, because you can actually do Instagram ads through Facebook onto the Instagram platform. Cool. And that has a pixel. But as far as what we are doing, no, it's not a pixelized thing. Is Snapchat taking over, Stapes?
You tell me.
No. No, there's everything is both. Everything is all, right? We want to be all. Yeah. We want to be Facebook. We want to be YouTube. We want to be Instagram. The answer is all.
Yeah. I mean, Snapchat's doing their thing. They're crushing
it.
I mean, some people
crowd.
like it. It's younger. What I've noticed with Snapchat, it's a younger crowd. And also it's just like there's no virality. There's no Snapchat. You can't can you share? I mean, I guess you can private message people if you have a funny.
There's no organic viral growth, so it's slow.
It's a little slower, but it works.
It's a different thing. It's a different goal, and it's there. And do Snapchat. Be a little bit intimate on Snapchat, and have people add you that are private clients where they can see.
And like I told you before, Wendy, if you're on, or who asked that? But if you're on Snapchat and you're like, I love Snapchat, I love the filters, I love the platform, I have a lot of fun on it, all you got to do is download your stories as you post them, put them on your phone, and then once a day you just go right over to Instagram stories and you just dump them all on your Instagram stories.
Yep.
And it's the same thing.
Yep,
People won't even, it's not, who cares if they know? It's it's the same content.
And I like Mikhail's comment here. Where do we start? Here's where you start. Step 1, if you don't have an Instagram account, create an Instagram account. Step 2, if you don't have a bio yet that uses using direct response, rewrite your bio. Step 3, create your own content strategy. Think about that for a little. Are you going to do 1 post a day, 2 a day, 3? Because you want to pick something and stick to it.
Yeah, you don't set yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah, you don't want to come and go. You don't want to be inconsistent. You want to be consistent so that people know what to expect from you. And so I'm going to do 1 post a day. I'm going to do 1 meme this day, and then every other day I'll do a picture of so create your own content strategy, and then start finding the pictures for the memes. Start finding pictures of yourself that you've taken in the past. Start taking new pictures. And then step 3, if you don't have InstaLex or InstaJam yet, set up the automation service. And those are the 3 steps, and that'll get you off to a fast start. And then once you've got that running, follow our launch process. And again, we'll give you guys all of the slides so that you guys can actually go launch your business right now.
Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Can you use, I don't know, Brandon, what up, bro?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we'll go ahead and answer these last couple questions here, and then I think we'll call it a night to be respectful for you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, man. We had a blast. Good, man.
It was fun. It was fun stuff, and we like serving you, Brandon. You're awesome, dude. No, you need a cigarette, dude. You need a dart. Can you use links in Facebook posts? Can you use
Boost? Asking Boost.
Boost
yes, you can do. And Boost Post is actually an app.
Okay, yeah.
So yes, you can use links in those.
Is it better to run ads linked from Facebook or directly through Instagram?
It's the same.
It's the same. We use Facebook, but and we haven't. We're stepping into more personal. We're stepping into more ads with Instagram. So maybe we could share more on that when we have more data. Yeah. We don't have enough to teach.
From our experience so far, like in our ads training, people turn Instagram off as an option for ads just because the lead cost tends to be a lot higher. And a lot of times the content isn't really optimized for that platform. We might have people running a video ad for 6 minutes, and you can only do 60 or 90 seconds on.
So we've tested story ads. We've done a few ads on Insta, some that have actually gone pretty well. And what we end up doing is writing an ad. So we'll write a story ad, it'll be a Facebook ad, and then we'll write a new version of that ad that's almost identical for Insta, because the call to actions are different. They can't click on links, so we have to write an ad that's native to that platform.
Yeah, so instead of being like click the link and register, it's like
tap the blue button.
Tap the blue button or the learn more button, or tap the link in my bio for more information. So there's like a few different things. It's different. Instagram's unique because it's a consumption platform. People aren't used to bailing out of Instagram. Like they're not used to jumping out of it. They're used to sitting and consuming and doing their thing. So that's why story ads work incredibly well, because they get captured in your story. And then by the end of it, they're so curious and so into it that they just want to click away from opting in.
Read that, bro. Read that.
19 leads already by changing my bio. 19 freaking leads already by changing my bio, and it's a guest. That's freaking awesome, guest.
That even shows name.
Wow, that's awesome. Congrats, man, or woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paula, should we use our personal Instagram or create a new one? I use my personal, Paula. I only have one. business, entrepreneurship. Really, it's me. It's me, and it's who I am, and I've been able to weave entrepreneurship while still maintaining entertaining other things in my life too. So it's not just everyday memes about success and business and stuff. Like I have fun with it. So yeah, just use your personal, right? I mean, nothing too crazy there. April, where are we getting the slides, Brandon? April's curious.
So you I don't know, you guys gonna drop?
What I could do is I can Dropbox them to you.
Yeah, I'll do a post in the team after this. It'll have the replay. It'll have the link to the slides. Everything, awesome. All the resources everyone needs.
All right, man. Well, dude, this was fun. Oh my gosh! Again, I'm Chris Stapleton. This is Landon Stewart.
Oh, Brandon. And then someone asked one last question.
Yeah, okay.
So the launch process is for Instagram, not Facebook. No, it's for both. We do that on both. So, and the reason why we're showing that on, like, the one that Stapes did was Facebook. And that's because we know a lot of you might have more friends currently on Facebook than you have Instagram followers. So, yeah, we do it on both. We use the exact same launch process on Facebook and Instagram. So if you have Facebook friends right now, use it on Facebook. It'll work really well.
Cool.
All right, now get back to the Landon. And
no, I mean, no,
I liked what you were doing there.
Like that.
I liked what you were doing, how you were signing us out.
I was signing out, but I can't get my eyes off these dang comments.
Wow.
There's just too much energy for us.
Can I get a copy of these comments somehow, Brandon?
He likes to read them before he goes to bed.
I could download I think it's a CS.
Because this gives like a nice boost. We're going through some things. No, I'm just kidding. But
this is great.
Thank you guys so much.
So she says thanks, Chris and Stapes. Thank you.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's great.
So I am Chris Stapleton and Stapes.
Yeah.
People have coined me as Stapes over the years. Landon Stewart. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you again. Yeah. Like, this is so fun. This is great. I really enjoyed it. You guys are awesome. Yeah. We maybe see you again soon.
It's fine.
Brandon, thanks again, man. And then also what I'll do is I'm going to send you the 7 do's and don'ts of the perfect picture. It's a little bonus training that'll add a little spice on top of your imagery and top of your the visuals that you use on Instagram, and it's all from your smartphone. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need anything. You just need your Instagram app and a camera or a phone that can take pictures, and you're good to go. And I think that'll give you guys some real fodder to just get out there, be different than everybody else by not hiding behind memes, and really just deliver that value. 2 to 3 nice stories a week, consistent post daily on what you're up to, what you're doing, things you're excited about, and you'll notice the engagement and the energy around you and what you're doing, and the audience will build. And I mean, some of you guys will be at 10,000 followers here in the next 3 to 4 months.
You're going to be surprised by what some of these guys do.
Yeah.
In the next couple of
minutes. I'm thinking small.
Yeah, no, these guys put us straight every way, bro.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, thank you. As Steve said, thank you. I'm out of here. I need a hot towel. I need a cold bath. And,
this was a doozy.
Yeah, no, but this actually gives me energy. So
yeah,
thank you.
It does. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Brandon, we'll talk in a bit, man.
Have a good
do I just close? Yeah. Okay.
For you.
Bye.